my agendas. I don't know.
We're on, we all set?
Copies of them?
Extra one, okay. I'm gonna reconvene this meeting at
They're also up on the.
6:32.
They're also up on the board.
4 of the 5 selectmen are present. Could we please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance?
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Any amendments to the agenda? Todd? No. Ruth?
I think we're good.
All right. Public comment?
Hello, guys. Again. Hey, now you cleared up that, not trying to beat on ditching, but I'm here to talk about ditching again. I got the prices from Lisbon and what they got. You guys want to take one pass it down? I know it cost us $5.61 a square foot to do ditching. We still have some money on the
Square foot or linear foot?
linear foot.
Okay,
square
yeah,
foot.
linear foot.
And we have quite a few ditching, over a month left on that bond to do on Runaround Pond Road.
Always do that.
Copies of me?
I don't have any more.
It's okay.
You can make you one. I was hoping it, as you can see, that Lisbon got a price at $2.95 a foot, a linear foot or whatever, to ditch. And some in the 3s and a couple in the 4s. And these are current bids here for ditching. I know it cost the town $5.61 to have our crew out there on that bond job. I was hoping that maybe the selectmen might think about maybe getting some bids to finish that job and save a little more money on that job. Because I can't see any sense of having us pay $5.61 when we can get it done for $3 a foot.
Is it a factor, and I don't know this industry, but is it a factor in the ditching price when somebody else is doing the ditching? Is it typically also the company that's doing the actual road work, so they already have equipment and people on site, or is that not the case?
No, this is just plain out ditching, this one
It's
is.
a separate, like a subcontractor kind of thing?
Yep. No, I
Okay.
figured I'd just bring it and shine some light on and let you guys know, these are current numbers right here in front of you. I don't see none of them in the 5s.
These are this year's numbers, not last year's
Right,
numbers?
these are April 20th, 2017.
And none of this doesn't include any cross culverts, nothing?
Nope, that's just plain old ditching. As you see, the 15-inch, 20-inch, 36-inch, that's culverts, what it costs per price to foot to a culvert.
Well, we can discuss it with Calvert later on.
Thank you.
Thanks for bringing that to our attention.
Thank you.
All right. Consent agenda?
Move we accept the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. We accept the consent agenda as presented. Any more discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor? None opposed? Action discussion items. Budget Committee, discussion. Does the Budget Committee have any? I know you guys probably just got this recently and look it over. I mean, it is what it is.
No, usually they just ask questions.
Terry?
On page 4.
What's the number?
Page 4 is what I have. It has a total public works reserve fund. We raised, whatever, $64,000. And then if you get down a few more lines, there's another public works reserve fund.
Hold on.
$5,000. Now, could somebody explain to me why we have 2 lines and what the $64,000 was for?
Is that a copy paste error?
Yeah, that is a copy paste error. That first one, Terry, the one that says total public works fund 64,084, that should say total fire.
That should be what?
It should be the fire reserve fund, and that is the per diem staffing that was passed at the town meeting. And we separated that out because Chief wanted to be able to put all those expenses towards it and keep track of it.
So,
So that line is fire?
Yes, that's
Mis-
the additional
mislabeled.
EMS coverage. It's not really a reserve fund either. Does that make sense, Terry?
We were told at the budget meeting that this money was not expended, it would go back into undesignated fund. It would not go into the capital reserve of the fire department.
Correct, it shouldn't say reserve at all. It should just say total fire additional EMS coverage.
yeah, that was the separate warrant article that was specifically for that coverage from whenever Billy couldn't fit the other people in, for the EMS people, to have the coverage that the townspeople wanted.
Right, but if that money isn't expended, it goes back into undesignated fund, right?
Correct.
Yeah. I suspect, I'd be surprised if it ain't spent, but I'm sure he's working vigorously to get that in line. Yes.
I have a question. Looking at salaries paid to date for employees, it looks like most are where they should be. It's somewhere closing in.
What page you on?
Well, just in general. I haven't specified yet.
Oh,
In general, employee salaries are at the 24 to 25% range. However, the road commissioner's salary is at 40.85. I'm wondering why that one is so much different than everyone else's.
Because at the time this report was run, we had not had a reimbursement from Pownell, and we have since had a reimbursement from Pownell. Because remember, we pay Calvin, and then they reimburse me 60%, no, 40% of his salary. We pay 60%.
Is that then reimbursed?
Yes, for the first 3 months. I have to bill them for April still.
So that figure is actually wrong.
Yes, but it's through March 31st, so I didn't adjust it. Today, it would be wrong.
So just along those same lines on the labor for the public works, is there any concern you would feel it's still okay based on actual figures for January, February, and March on the, I know there's a pretty heavy plowing on some sites.
Yeah, I think we're still on track.
Still okay there?
Yeah, invariably, we spend a lot of our money in the wintertime.
Just a minor question. I noticed that we paid our annual security premium for this building, but it hasn't been paid from Union Church. Wouldn't they all be paid at the same time?
We pay them when they bill us.
The-
They bill us, and then we pay them. So they obviously haven't billed us yet for the Union Church.
Separate security?
They're separate bills. Maybe it was started at a different time, and it's on a yearly basis. So maybe that's why the anniversary date may be different. I mean, I can check with last year's to see when we paid the Union Church, but that's how we pay it, when they bill us.
No, that's what's spent for the month. He left, so they didn't spend.
And then I also gave you guys some information on health insurance, some comparisons. I sent you each an email this afternoon too, explaining the comparisons and attaching them, although I made you copies of them as well. So
I don't see it on the agenda. Is that being discussed by the selectmen this evening?
we discussed it last meeting, the comparisons. I had presented it for the selectmen at the last meeting, and then actually this meeting was the first one where we had the comparisons of the one-sheet one.
When will the selectmen be discussing it further and making any kind of a vote on it?
Mark?
Probably over the course of the summer. I mean, it's probably not gonna all get hashed out in one meeting, so we'll talk about it, ask questions, get some more information, make a decision before we get to, but if you've got that paper, do they have a copy
They
of
should have a
this?
copy of each of the pieces.
If you've got that, just so that everybody remembers, because we've done this numerous times, obviously, we are not on the top, and we are obviously not on the bottom, we're in the middle, so we're trying to stay competitive with what we've been doing, so, just keep in mind that we're not out there with a gold offer, so, but we've discussed it some, we'll probably discuss it more. And as we've looked at this in past years, and this time around too, talking about maybe doing a 75-25, it doesn't change it much, so. We know that it's a question that comes up every year, and we've looked at it pretty much every year, and we're trying to stay competitive so that we don't end up having to have a lot of turnover on employees all the time as well, so. But we haven't forgot about it. We kind of know when we get this, that Milt's gonna ask the question.
Hey Ruth, could you tell us right now what we're doing with code enforcement in regards to paying? I notice there's no money here allocated
There
for
is no,
March.
there is
So
no
we
money.
just, Calvin's handling that basically on top of his road commissioner's salary?
At this moment, yeah. Jeff had discussed possibly offering him additional monies, but we never had brought it before the board.
Okay. So that number's right?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Terry?
This has to do with the budget committee, but not necessarily with the budget. And I don't know how you want to handle this, is we are short a budget committee member right now. And I don't know if, in fact, somebody takes out papers and runs for another office, they should resign so we could get somebody else voted in? Or are you planning on putting this on the ballot for the school vote, which is coming up, or whatever, so we can get back to a full committee?
Actually, we are probably looking at a scenario like that tonight, so that's something we can probably add to the list as well.
Yeah, that had been my and Shannon's discussion, is that we would add that to the June 13th, since we're gonna be doing it anyways, probably.
I knew Terry would be good to ask that question.
You gave me a different answer though when I asked about that.
Well, this just came up to see if we could get it on the, I mean, when were you in?
Well, I believe
It just came up yesterday.
I came to
Literally.
the town office a week or so ago with some other business, and I asked when if elections were gonna be included for budget, and
We had no
and I was told
intentions.
that, the answer I was told was that selectmen had decided no, because there wasn't enough time to put out, it had to be 45 days or something for a public announcement to go out, and that it had been decided you were gonna wait till November. That's what I was told
That's-
right here at this office.
Yes, and that's what we had decided. And yesterday, there was a change in
Personnel.
personnel,
Let's just,
and
Wakeman resigned,
yeah.
so now we have to
Jeff
have.
Wakeman's
Jeff
resigned.
Wakeman resigned. And so we're going to do hurry up, quickly do a selectmen's, hopefully, do a selectmen's election for the June 13th. And so we figured that if we're gonna do a hurry up, because we also didn't want to spend the money on the election June 13th, because RSU pays for the election with the state unless we have a municipal election. So we weren't going to do the municipal election, but now, since we're going to have to anyways, the plan that Shannon and I had talked about was to put the budget committee one now too.
Is there a legal requirement that it has to be posted for so many days? It has to be announced so many days in
Yes, but
advance?
there are special instances where you can change that if you're in a hurry.
Under 30A, subsection 2568, I believe it is, and 2602, it lets you shorten up the time period for nomination papers as well as absentee voting.
No decision has been made yet to do that. It's later in the agenda, but
Right.
that's a possibility.
Right, thank you, Ken.
I guess one more budget finance-related item. I guess it's more on finance. I tuned in, watched the video, the compelling video from your goals meeting, and there was conversation about budget committee and bonds and our capital plan and all of those things. And I just want to weigh in, at least from my perspective. There was some discussion that maybe that's not something the budget committee could be involved with or should be involved with. And I guess from my perspective, I would be willing to volunteer myself at least to participate in a committee to do that, because I think as a committee we can offer more value to the community if we're looking at our capital plans, our road bond plans, our lack of a road bond plan, our fire department capital plan. Probably adds more value than just nitpicking some of the smaller line items that we have on this budget sheet. So I know we're called the budget committee, and we haven't had a meeting to discuss that, but I would encourage the selectmen to consider and whether we do a workshop together as a committee in the selectmen group. But I think there's a bigger impact we can have if we address what is our capital plan. It was pretty loud and clear at the town meeting that we need to have a capital plan that integrates public works, fire department, and this building as far as capital, and we have a gap there, and I think it was a lot of resistance from the town folk, and we ought to have a good plan that both budget committee and hopefully selectmen are stand behind, or we give the community a couple options, a budget committee recommendation for a financial plan and a selectman recommendation for a financial plan, but we probably should go into something.
Yeah, Paul First, who's a resident of Durham and former town manager of New Gloucester, reached out to me recently, offering to come speak with the selectmen at a future meeting and basically kind of spell out what a CIP program and process might look like, and what some of the options and pros and cons of doing it, and just to have somebody who's really an expert in the area to just make a informal presentation and talk to us about what that might look like if we wanted to go that way. So I was going to bring that up tonight and then mention it to Ruth to see if we could arrange for him to come on a future agenda to come talk to us about the process.
Yeah, we've talked about that off and on. I know when Sarah was here, she was kind of pushing for the same idea. One of the, I don't necessarily think it's not really a problem, but we have to figure out how to do it fairly, because like the fire station has been putting money into their capital fund for a long time, so we can't just take their money and lump it into this, because that would kind of be unfair since they've been working at it a lot longer. So that's just one of the part of the conversation we gotta have to do that, if that's the route we go, and make sure that we're still not stealing any of theirs that they've worked pretty hard to do.
The only thing I take issue with, it's not their money. It's the taxpayers' money, and it's and I think the CIP process is just a way to ensure that we're prioritizing and spending it wisely. So, but I get the point that some say it's an incentive to spend less of their operational budget so that they can have the funds in their reserve account, but there's pros and cons to that too. So there's obviously a lot more discussion to come on this issue. We're just beginning to entertain it. So
it isn't their money; it's the town's money. Right. But they've been working diligently to do that through the town. So we just need to be cognizant of that. That's all.
I think the issue was, I think John, if my memory serves me correct, is whether or not there's a conflict of interest here, and I never see how there's a conflict of interest with a town when it's the town's money, and we're all working for the same cause. Well, at least we should be, correct? Yeah. So I don't know where all these agendas that kind of come up from, but I have zero issue with what Mr. Semino's recommended. I mean, I think it would be, the more heads we got involved in this town, the better off we're all going to be.
So,
Terry?
Speaking to what Kevin said, and you said, Mark, would that not, if we say we took all these capital improvement plans or capital funds that we have in all the departments and put them into one, and then prioritized where we're gonna spend the money, okay, would that not change the budget amounts that each of these departments would be putting in? Because, and I'll say the fire department, for example, uses their capital funds to reduce their budget and pay for things, as does Public Works. But if that money is no longer available, okay, would their bottom line and their budgets go up?
That's possible.
They
guess
can't be
we-
using capital to pay for operational
Right.
expenses. So,
And I'll give you a prime example, is like the ambulance service, all of that money goes into capital on the fire department. And they use that, maybe not to offset their budget, but to offset truck payments or
sure,
building
yeah,
payments.
capital
or-
expenses.
Or something like that.
The money coming
If
in.
that is now gone, okay, would not their budget or Public Works the same way, if we're buying a truck or something come out of this, would that not in fact raise their budget?
Yeah, it possibly would, but one of the things we'd have to definitely do is we'd have to go to the town to change it, because I believe those were, the town voted, as they did with Public Works, to specifically put that money there, so we'd have to go back to the town and ask them if that's what they wanted to do. I mean, obviously, I agree, we'd have to have a lot of research to see how that would fit in to be fair with the ones that have already started and kind of lump that in, but in the end, we'd have, the town's gonna make that final decision, it's just a matter of presenting it to him where it works best for the whole town and still fair to the ones that have already started, and eventually we'd work our way out of that.
There's a lot of fact finding left to do on this. We're a long way from any sort of decision. It's just, what would it look like?
The revenue from the transfer reports will always be there. It's what do we apply it against?
Right,
Do we apply it
right,
against
right.
the operating account? Do we apply it against capital? Do we, how do we use that revenue? That revenue will still be there in the town, just like anything
And I
else.
understand that, but the thing of it is unless this plan says, okay, we're gonna take it out of the capital improvement fund and pay for the fire station payment, or pay for that truck payment, or whatever, or a new truck, or whatever it happens to be, okay, are you in fact gaining anything?
Well, that's a good question, because to your point about would their budget actually go up, I'm sure that that's one of the things they're gonna look at, because that money that's in that capital fund, they may be looking to buy that truck this year or next year, and they know that they're not gonna get it out of that, because that may be headed for something else, so they're gonna change their budget, and in fact, it could increase it. Whether or not the town approves it, that's another story, but yeah, I see what you're saying, yeah.
I just wanted to make sure that we
I
all
th-
follow
yeah.
the answer.
It'll definitely be a consideration.
Yeah.
When we talk through it on what does it look like. Yeah.
I'd like to see you guys involved with this whole thing as a committee. I think you guys are valuable through the whole line when we get going on capital improvement. I think you
Occasionally,
guys,
we do have, come up with a few good ideas.
every once in a while.
Especially you,
uh,
Terry.
The budget committee is kind of the check and balance too, and and if you're kind of there in the onset of it, there's a lot less questions down the road.
Yeah.
I mean, whether you all want it to be on or not, that's up to you guys. I think in the past, we've had committees, we've set a limit of 7 or 9, I can't remember how many's on just now, because you can have too many and not really accomplish much, or you don't have enough and spread the work out over for everybody to work on, but I think it's a good idea as well. I think that and it's gonna take a while, I mean, it's, it's gonna be extra meetings, you ain't gonna get it, you might not get it done till after this next town meeting, I would be surprised, so. Because it seems like every time you ask a question, there's 3 or 4 more that pops up. Terry usually has them.
I think with money and budgets, everybody knows, especially with running a town or running anything, your households, whatever, it's a fluid situation. There's always things that come up. So the more collective minds we have as a town, I don't see how it can hurt, to answer, again, back to John. So I think the more the merrier in a situation like that. Because at the end of the day, it's the town's money, and whatever we can serve the best purpose for the town is, that's the direction we gotta go. What's best for the town?
And I can't see where there'd be a conflict on that, but we would double check to be sure. I mean, sometimes the rules are funny. Some of them I don't like much myself, but I either gotta change them or accept them. Right now, I don't have time to change many of them, so. All right, anything else? Milt, you all set? You was thinking. All right, thank you.
Propane expense, I just noticed all of it.
Next,
That out every year?
we're gonna act on,
What?
Do we bid our propane out every year, or do we just take the market price
I have a 3-year contract with CMP now
for propane?
for propane, $1.13 a gallon, I I think it is.
CMP provides us with propane?
No, sorry, not CMP, Down East.
Okay, thank you. All right, I got you. All right, thank you.
We've had a resignation, Jeff Wakeman
Mark.
turned in his resignation. His job is kind of taking him in a different direction, and he's gonna be away a lot more, and he felt that it would be fair to the committee and the town that if he was gonna be away as much as he's suspecting, that he wouldn't have the time he needed to put in here. I talked to them a little bit yesterday, and I couldn't really talk him into changing his mind, and I can't say as I blame him. He's gonna be pretty busy, so with great regret, we will accept the resignation of Jeff Wakeman.
Yeah, I just want to publicly say, I want to thank Jeff for his service to the town. I think we've been very lucky to have him on the board and as chairman of the board for as many years as he did. And I sent him a note last night saying, you know, I was looking forward to working with him and learning from him. And it's too bad he's not going to be here, but just I want to thank him and wish him good luck. So,
He said he was gonna show up from time to time when he could, so hopefully we'll still see him around.
So
We're-
is there a second on that motion, Mark?
second.
Any more conversation, or all right, all those in favor of accepting Jeff's resignation? You don't have to resign.
Yeah, but what if we say no? Does he have to come back?
Then we don't have to have an election, right?
That's right. That's, when you're not here, that's usually what happens. That's how we got the job.
I know, that'll teach him.
Okay.
Mark,
Mark,
can we take the RSU 5 out of order so that,
Sure. The countersign for RSU 5 warrant. Yes, we can take that out of order. Any objections to that?
Negative. Zero.
Okay. Where is that anyways?
Shannon has Shannon has the
Okay.
papers, and Becky Foley and Michelle Latai have been kind enough to come this evening in case you guys have any questions.
a stamp.
You want my pink pen?
I do. I got a few, I just didn't bring them.
And does anybody have any questions for? No. I don't have any questions. I had a question earlier. It was just a weird question because I didn't know what the outcome was. I asked, what happens if you don't sign it?
Did you
Well,
get your answer?
we got the answer. So, it's kind of one of them things you don't have much choice to sign it anyway, so it's just a kind of a exercise, I guess.
Michelle, I'll get on the horn with Michelle.
That's one of the rules I don't know why we can't change.
Well, we appreciate you signing so that we can move forward with the
Whoops.
referendum.
There's 5 places, but don't get
Oh,
confused.
okay, I see, yeah. Well, Todd didn't start at the top of the line. That's what confused me.
He never signs first. He says he says.
Thought it was being nice.
See what you get you, I've tried for years.
Did you sign both of these?
So, Shannon, do you just give them to Michelle now, or?
No.
She's good like that. Just a reminder that our budget meeting is May 24th, and hope that you all come out to that meeting.
Where is it?
Oh, Freeport is at Freeport High School. Last year we were in Durham, and we're back in Freeport.
It's at 6:30, right?
At 6:30, that's correct. I know.
How many of these are there?
Got enough for the town here?
I just need to have.
Was this the one for every telephone pole?
It's 9 copies. A rubber finger or something?
We gotta get some stamps, Shannon. Thank you.
I wish you'd have the sympathy for me.
I'll bet you have a stamp.
I do not.
You
I
don't?
do, I do.
Oh.
I don't use it much.
Okay.
It ain't pink.
I say, if you don't have a stamp, we should get you one.
All right, we can go back to B, working agreement, and basically, that's just those governing rules up there. I don't know that we necessarily have to thrash on that tonight, that's just, it's kind of a reminder for us.
Over there.
To be civil.
Yeah, to try to be civil, yeah.
Those actually are from a couple of years ago when Barry
Yeah.
Baldwin was on the
Yeah,
the
it might have been
board.
longer ago than that, actually.
Do we have an official ending time? Because if we do, we have not been holding to it.
No, I don't
We
think
don't.
we ever have, because
Those were used for
agenda
the
kind of
public
dictates.
works exploratory as well.
Okay.
I'd like to see 9 o'clock instead of 11 o'clock.
Well, yeah, 8, you gotta. Okay, so next is act on code enforcement officer. What we're gonna do with that, as far as putting it out for hours and time, and you've sent out,
I did send out job descriptions. If anybody needs a copy, I can.
I've read it a couple
didn't
times.
print it.
Actually, I read them both. I think you changed one just a little bit.
Yeah, the only thing that I really changed on this, to be honest, was, I think I added the Historic District Committee, which was not on the original. And I made him the local health officer, because, I'm the local health officer, and I have no qualifications for being a local health officer. So,
Is that something that code enforcement people
Can do.
typically have?
yes, they
Okay,
do
all right.
combine that. I don't know why I have that. So I added the Historic District Commission, and then I think I added the Assists Comprehensive Plan Committee as necessary.
So is that 4 committees that he or she will be?
He or she,
Right.
1, 2, 3 committees, 4 committees that he helps.
Right.
And then the spearheading of the effort to improve the town ordinances after the comprehensive plan is completed.
There was a line in there about this position, it must be reappointed by the selectmen annually.
Yeah.
Is that true of just this position, or is that true
No,
of all the
I'm appointed
staff?
every year, so is
Okay, all right.
And
all the other
some of those
towns.
things that you signed back when you first came here, that was some of all that stuff.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, remember all those pieces of paper you probably didn't read?
No, probably.
Yeah, no, those were our reappointments.
Yeah, okay, all right.
So, what would we like to do with this?
I'd like to get it out.
And how are we gonna present it? We're gonna present it, we've talked about it, discussion about it a few different times, voted on, didn't go nowhere. What would we like? You, Todd, seem to think that we should have a full-time one, as we have had lately.
I think so.
I think he's gonna get busier, especially if he's gonna be on on the tail of 4 different committees.
I went-
And doing an effective job, you know.
I went back and looked at, I don't know how many ever years I asked Ruth to dig up for me just so I could kind of compare, because up until a couple of years ago, we've never had a full-time one, we've had part-time. And the amount of work that, for just inspection, or just permits and stuff, it's kind of fluctuated up and down, but somewhat stayed the same. But I don't think that we've always had past representation on some of them other committees as we have had in the last couple of years.
No, you
So,
haven't. Absolutely
after
not.
looking at some of that a little bit more, I could probably go along with your thoughts.
Are we defining full-time as, was it 32?
32 hours.
Is that understood out there that that's what we're calling full-time, or is the full-time we're gonna expect a 40-hour position, or?
Most code, a lot of towns, especially towns of this size, that's about the standard, that's about the norm.
And I think when we put it out there, that's when we put it out.
32 seems a little high for a town of our size, but I don't think they're committed to as many things that we're looking for here in
Well,
terms
if
of.
that's full-time, then
Outside of
that's
genders.
different than.
And it's been, since 86, 28 hours, and then when Janet was here, so probably about 2012, somewhere around there, it went to 32.
Went from 28,
When I first started, and
Yeah.
that's when we opened.
so it only went up,
86.
when Paul went full-time, we
No,
only
no,
added
no.
No,
4
she's
hours?
talking full-time.
Yeah, the
Oh,
office
I'm talking
full-time
about
was, right, was 28 hours. That's what they were
Okay,
hoping.
I'm sorry.
Not just that.
Okay, I got you.
And then
Because I was
we-
gonna say Dan wasn't doing 28 hours, he was
No.
on Monday nights.
No.
And then when
He
we
was, he was sleeping
we upped it a little, that's what we ended up, basically 48 hours.
You just did.
If we're gonna put it out there, we definitely wanna put it out there. I would say, you can put a range, I mean, some weeks, depending on the workload, he may only do 28, but
Yeah.
he may do 32.
40
On the-
next week.
On the interim, he may do the full amount for a while.
Yeah.
I think we should get it out, because, I mean, just putting it out there and asking for applicants doesn't commit us to anything. All it does is get us a pool of applicants, you know, so we still have the option to go to in a different direction if that's what we choose to do. Or if over the course of the next few weeks, if we, you know, sometimes the applicant can dictate what you want to do. You know, if you get a really stellar applicant, sometimes you find a way to make it work, you know. So I think it's at least worth putting it out, and then we can see what our options are.
We put it up on the website and up on the state employees' website.
Yeah,
I don't
sometimes
know
they'll
if
put
I'd
it,
bother putting it in the paper.
okay.
Yeah, the paper seems
That's
to
just
be
my idea.
Yes.
It's very expensive for help wanted ads.
Yeah, they used to be $15, they're $400 now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we wanna put it out for full-time 32, or you wanna put it up as a range 28 to 32, or how do you wanna handle that?
Do we have to put a number on it? If it just
Well,
just
I think we
says
should put an
full-time?
end number so that they don't get thinking that full-time
to.
is 40 hours.
How about up to 32 hours?
Yeah.
I like that.
Up to 32
Up
hours.
to 32 hours.
Yeah.
I like that.
So I need you guys to accept this changes if you
yeah, I'm-
are approving of that.
Do,
And
do we, I get the health aspect of it, but do we really think we need the code officer on all these committees? Can we, it seems to be a lot.
I know that there's a couple of them that
Sure.
they kinda need the.
Actually, I think that's a good point. I'm not sure that the code enforcement officer needs to go to the historic commission meetings on a regular basis.
No, I don't think so either. I think
Keep in
I
touch
think that he should be able, he or she should be able to kind of get to know them, see what they need, and then he or she should be able to judge that.
And I think probably maybe the only meetings that perhaps should be going to is the planning board.
Yeah.
And the
appeals
yes,
board.
thank you, and the appeals board, and
You should-
comp committee as needed, you know, I would say comp planning committee as needed.
And he should probably go to the Historic District Commission on the nights where they actually have something in front of them.
How often does that happen?
Not so often,
Like monthly or
no,
twice a year or?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
maybe every other month or, yeah.
My last one, Ruth, and I'd actually defer to Calvin on this to see what his thought was, maybe the rest of the folks in the audience, but we're performing the duties of an electrical inspector. We don't do a lot of commercial here, and if we have a master pulling the permit, do they really need that certification?
Most towns of this size don't have an
Don't
electrical
have it,
inspector.
correct.
It's just the electrician has a license, and we have a state inspector for commercial.
Correct.
So if it's commercial, the state inspector's gotta go inspect it, so I think it's kind of, and most.
It's an overredone, it's, yeah. it's not
Electricians
one.
are all telling me, why do we have an electrical inspector?
Some towns do, some towns don't.
The bigger towns do, but I haven't run into too many small towns such as us. If it's not commercial, the state, if it's commercial, if they're a master, they have to call a state inspector anyways.
Yep.
But you're not gonna really hire anybody that's gonna know more than a master electrician.
If we've
No.
adopted that code by ordinance, don't we have to support it with?
Yeah, because if you call, if you build a house on your own and you call to have the electrical hooked up, they won't hook it up unless you have the electrical inspector has to call it in.
No,
This
that's
town.
not true. Well, I
It is
don't-
in this town.
Well, but we can, most towns, all that has to, for residential, is just a master has to call it in, whoever the gentleman's pulling, as long as he has a master's license. Is that accurate,
It
Calvin,
might-
or?
Clarify, there's two ways to do this. There's Form 1190, which is what
Yep.
I usually do, most towns too, is just, you have to sign a paper saying that it's not a shoreline zone and that the house is
Correct.
approved by the planning, but it's not an illegal residence.
Correct.
They want that form, I fax it to them, that's what I've done for years.
It's just to get their service.
Yeah, and then the electrician, they meet the electrician at the site,
Mm-hmm.
and the electrician, he has to build it or he'll lose his license if it's not the code,
Right.
so.
But they do inspect,
They
CMP
will go
comes and
inspect.
inspects the meter and the
Yeah,
socket
so
on a
what we do-
residential.
yeah, so we just switch the process and we go to the 1194.
There you go.
So that's all you have to do is call CMP, tell them you're switching that, and then that's.
I would recommend it.
Is this for residential?
Residential, commercial, the state has to get
Right,
involved.
right. So what about the interior?
It's all electrician.
I mean, he has a license, he puts his license number on there, and if he doesn't do it, I mean, yeah, when I go in, I check for the GFIs and make sure they work, and make sure it's got the arc fault. I mean, if I see something that's not right, I'm gonna call them on it, but that's stuff we cover in code enforcement, basic electricity.
What if it's a homeowner DIY situation?
Well, yeah, those are scary, yeah.
Well,
Those are scary, but there's nothing, am I correct? There's nothing you can do about it.
No, and we have enough training to know that if it's something blatantly.
Right. But you can hit anybody on life safety.
Yeah.
If it's life safety, it doesn't matter what the code is. If you feel that it's life safety, you can bring fire, you can bring whoever.
If you smoke detectors, it's all in there, so.
And the code enforcer at any given time can call a state official.
So I'm with you. What I'm wondering is, are we able to back off the electrical code if that's what's in the ordinance, that's the code we've adopted?
You may need to go to town meeting.
That's what I'm getting
Which
at.
code are we under?
UBEC.
No, well, but.
No.
It's got nothing to do with electrical.
Exactly.
What's the electrical is you have an ordinance, town of Durham has an ordinance from back in the 70s that appoints annually an electrical inspector for the town of Durham. Under the MUBAC, electrical's got nothing to do with that. That's correct.
we've always had an electrical inspector.
Yeah, we always have. That's why I'm saying,
And it's odd, it's different, it's kind of unique for a town of this size to have that.
I've never seen it. This is the only one.
I have electricians ask me every day.
Some towns do,
why?
some towns don't.
And most of them just sign that form. Like, for example, you know, this is ways back now, but when I would build houses in this town, the electrical inspector didn't come and inspect the meter in the can for CMP, because CMP inspects it.
right, yeah, CMP's
So
did
there's, that's why most towns don't have this, other than, bigger towns, Brunswick, Portland, they do,
You've got
but
over 10,000 people. I mean, Gorham didn't have one until recently, and they had over 10,000 people. I never got an electrical inspector, I never got an electrical. permit.
Technically, if your town's under 4,000, you don't have to adopt codes at all.
that's correct.
Right.
We're right on the edge.
When I
They're right on
was
the edge,
building, some of the new houses that I built, we had to get the electrical permit, and the electrical inspector had to come look, and he had to call.
Depends on the municipality, though.
The electrician.
Could be. But we've always done that in Durham.
Right. But like in
Yeah.
Gorham and other towns.
It's
bigger
not,
towns.
I guess what I'm getting at is, it's not warranted, and the reason why I bring it up is, most, not all, people that have, that are in this profession, for say, people that we're gonna be looking at, they do have the qualifications of plumbing and
Right.
building.
Right.
But the electrical, a lot of people don't go out of their way to study or get that, because it's not applicable, and those jobs are typically, if it's the town of Portland, they're just hiring an electrical inspector.
Right, yeah, they sometimes hire two, depends on where they are.
Correct.
Can I make a suggestion? Can
Yes,
you
sir.
make it a desired versus a job requirement?
Because,
A desirable skill or an additional skill?
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
yes, absolutely.
It's not a bad thing.
no.
I mean,
don't-
we
I
need to
don't
make
wanna-
sure, and I defer to Calvin, I mean, if
Yeah.
we're obligated by some type of town, Calvin, in your opinion, or we?
Just your ordinance, which I'd have to review, I don't know.
I've got it right in front of me right here. So, construction and plumbing standards. All construction must meet the standards of the following, if applicable, and as hereafter amended. 1, National Electric Code, as required by state law at the time of construction. And then 2, Code for Safety to Life in Buildings and Structures, as required by state law at the time of construction. The Maine Uniform Building and Energy Code, and the Maine State Plumbing Code. So, that's what it says in the land use ordinance. I don't know what that means in terms of what we then have to provide in terms of inspections or whatever.
That's just saying, though, the way I'm interpreting that, and that's how most towns do it, is if whatever the town, which they have to do anyways, whoever you hire as a master electrician, they're licensed by the state. That's typically the code that they have to follow. So
Right.
that's what you're gonna get if you're hiring a master, and he's not gonna issue a permit, and CMP's not gonna connect that can without a master signing that certificate.
I'm more concerned about the do-it-yourselfer.
But you can't do anything about that technically.
Well, I get that, but we've always had that in the past. We don't want to set ourselves up for having a bunch of houses burned down.
Calvin, do they have to pull out a permit if they're doing it themselves?
Yeah.
And does it have to be, if that house is, let's say, 20 years old, do they have to follow any specific code?
They'd still have to meet state code, yeah. They'd still have
On
to-
new,
Current code. If they touch
Still has
it.
to
on a
meet-
remodel, or just if they're doing some old work or something like that?
Either, if they're changing stuff, they have to meet state codes.
I did some electrical on my barn years ago, and Dan Feeney came out to inspect it.
Well, you weren't a master though. I'm really only talking
That's
about
what I'm-
master.
DIY
But
situation.
I was talking about the do-it-yourselfer.
I mean, there's always that chance that somebody could, but.
Sure,
I mean, we-
most
we-
of the guy that's putting in an outlet's probably not calling you anyways.
Terry?
If I want to build my own house, okay, I have the right to wire that house myself.
Right.
Yep.
Okay. However, I do know that CMP will not put power to that house without a master calling CMP and saying to the circuit breaker box or whatever it is, it's good to go. Now, my question to you is, who do I call?
Right, well, that's what I'm saying, because I knew that, when I first came to town, I had called, I did some work on my own house, and I called, and they said, no, you can't do that unless I had the permit, but the inspector had to do that, even though it was my own house.
Right.
But the inspector had to call.
The question I'm asking
Right.
is, who does the homeowner call?
The homeowner can't put in a new service. We're just talking about in the house per se. But if you built your own house, you can't put in your meter, and that has to be signed off by a master electrician.
It used to be, no, I think
believe
you
you're
can.
wrong. Okay?
At least they had, used to be able to.
I can put in the meter trim, I can put in the circuit breaker box and everything else. CMP will not hook it up.
Right.
Right.
Until a master electrician calls and says it meets all the codes to the circuit breaker box. Now, my question is, as a homeowner, who do I call in this town, okay, to inspect that so they will call CMP?
Right now, it's me.
Right now it's him.
Right, but if we don't have an inspector that does that, then,
But like he started the sentence, I think we're talking about the same thing. The master electrician from your can outside has to call that into CMP and inspect it.
Exactly.
What might have to happen, Terry, is that the town might have to subcontract with a master electrician to provide that service to a DIY person if our code enforcement officer were not certified to do that.
Just call any master electrician.
you'd have to call the master electrician and pay him to sign off.
Yeah, that's the point. You can't, a homeowner can't, and I could be wrong on this, it's been a while since I've been in this, but, I just got done with a job in Manchester, and we had to get the state involved because it was commercial. And so I kind of asked, because they don't have an electrical inspector, and they're a bigger town than I am, or we are, excuse me. And what I'm getting at is, you can run all that stuff, and you can do it all yourself, but you have to pay a master electrician to sign that off before CMP will energize it.
And that's not.
Right.
That's not what I'm asking.
Okay, I'm not-
asking, who do I call in this town so that person can call CMP?
You don't, you call a master
You
electrician
don't, you'd have,
yourself.
what he's saying is you'd have to call a
I
master
have to
electrician.
hire a master
That's,
electrician.
that's,
But only a master electric, you can't, even the town can't do it. He has to have the master electrician sign the permit for that particular service. So there's no, I don't know how you could circumnavigate getting a master, could you, Calvin? Can you circumnavigate that aspect of it without getting a master?
I could inspect it. CMP would hook it up if I call it in.
If you called it in?
They will, as the electrical inspector, they will hook it up.
but if we don't have an electrical inspector, so to
Then
speak,
you have to call an electrician.
right, you
You have
pay
call an
him to,
electrician.
I think we ought to
because
keep it as is.
you're responsible up to the wellhead as the homeowner. Whether you hire somebody to put it in or you put it in yourself. That's what I've always been told.
I mean,
Up to, you can't hook to the weatherhead office.
Right.
But up to that, all the way down, that meter box socket, I know when I did mine, I had to buy my own. I didn't, that was part of what I had to buy myself, and
Yeah.
at the time, the guy that was stuck here in town, he had to call it in.
But I actually think the only reason why I have to call it now is because that's the way we have it set up. But if you went back to the 1190 system, then I believe he could call CMP and they would hook it up, as long as I sign the form saying it's legal for them to live there. They don't want to be hooking up properties. What people are doing is they go out in the woods and build something,
Right.
they knew nothing about it. CMP's hooking power up and they lived there 10 years later. Well, I'm like, geez, is anybody paying taxes on that place? So that, and they were building in the shoreline zone, a camp on the river, and so.
I think if we start doing that, I think we're gonna go backwards. I think we're better off to leave it the way it is if we're gonna do this.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to have created a hardship for anybody.
No.
No, it's just very hard right now to get people with that specific designation.
But if you get hired here, you have a year to get those specific designations.
No, I get it. It's just, it is, as Calvin will probably tell you, it's not something that you would see in a town of this size.
But I do think you raise a good point, though, and I can't remember exact wording, that if the wording is that that's a requirement of the position to have that electrical certification, that might weed out a lot of candidates that we wouldn't
Right.
necessarily want to weed out. So maybe we should change that portion to, desired, but, or whatever the, however you want to wordsmith it, just so that it's, somebody thinks, well, geez,
Desired or something,
Yeah.
or would be
Yeah,
consideration.
electrical certification helpful but not required, desired but not required, whatever, however.
So you'd have
You
to
can
take
put
it
it right
out of
under
the general
desirable.
duties.
Yeah, you'd have to take it out of the
Desirable
general duties.
skills and abilities,
Yeah.
and, if they come on board and they are gonna be a full-time guy, and we
Well-
wanna pay the fee for them to go get that certification if
There
it's
again, as
warranted.
Kevin was saying, I don't know if you could take it out, because I don't know if we have to change it's in our ordinance. If you look at our ordinance book, it's in there, it's an old ordinance, it's not connected to I don't think it's connected to the.
Well, if it's in our ordinance, then we can change that.
I mean, and we'd have time to take care of that, but, this is just it's a job description.
It's a job description.
It's not a legally, binding document, and it's just to get a pool of candidates, and so I think if we make a little adjustment so that we don't inadvertently leave out potential candidates, then we should make it.
Well, if we're gonna do it that way, that sending a different message, and we would have to be, if we was gonna interview someone, we would have to be clear that the way our ordinance is right now, they would definitely, until we got a change, whether it's next year or the year after, they would have to get certified.
Isn't there a phrase in there that says certified or able to be certified within
Yeah.
in that same section? So that
Right.
that would cover it, right?
That'll cover it.
Okay.
I think we ought to leave it as is and get it out there.
Yep. With that phrase in there, I think that covers it. Move we accept the
motion?
code enforcement.
Yes, that was a motion.
All right, I'll second it.
Todd's
All those
motion.
in favor?
I didn't get it.
That's all right.
I did.
Kevin seconded.
Not funny.
Okay, we're all set with that?
No,
think so.
you guys give me permission to put it out to bid, so we've,
I make a motion, we
Accepted
give her
this.
permission,
thank you.
Second.
Without any changes as presented, is
as presented.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we have Ruth put it out as presented.
Thank you, Mark.
Any more discussion? All in favor? Okay. Next is tax acquired sale.
So I did look into it. In order for us to do anything with the proceeds of a tax acquired sale up and above the minimum bid, we would have to bring it to town.
I don't know why we should do that. If you go to foreclosure,
You own it.
Well, we recoup all the money.
yeah, town owns it, then why would she?
Why would
we
she be
give it?
entitled to a rebate? Right.
Well, it's been talked about in the past that, people go through hard times, stuff happens, things happen, and what do we do with the money that if we get more than what's owed?
Right.
And it's been asked and thrown out there that maybe we should have a different type of a setup where those people get whatever, as long as we get everything up front of ours and we're broke even, whatever's left over, you give it back to them so they can start somewhere else. That's something that's been thrown out, talked about.
How does that work though if the place has been, if the place has been foreclosed on, then chances are, this is a situation where there's no bank note on it?
Right,
No
'cause if
other-
there's a bank note, usually the bank will pay.
Well, that's what I was getting at, so.
This is no bank.
So this is, all right, okay.
Let's just, real quick, a hypothetical here. They owe the town 10 grand, and we sell their house for 30 grand, and there's 20 grand left over. Once you pacify that debt with that 10 grand, you sold it, I would think that money would go back.
That's
Like
what we're saying.
It
It
doesn't
doesn't
now.
now.
It doesn't.
Right.
I
And
mean,
we
it
wouldn't
would
be able to
have,
do it without a town vote.
right,
Oh, right now, we can't give it back? We'd need to,
No, we can't give it
Right.
back without a town vote.
we'd have to put that on a warrant for next town.
Well,
If we foreclose, though, and we're foreclosed, right, so the town has taken the property? Is that my understanding?
Yes, we own the
So
property.
does the town, let's say the role's reversed, they owe us money after foreclosure, do we still go after them for that remaining debt?
What do you mean they owe us money after foreclosure?
They owe the town $10,000, you're only able to recoup via auction $8,000. There's $2,000 balance there.
Well,
Are you going after that individual for that $2,000?
Well, there's a minimum bid, so the minimum bid covers all of the outstanding taxes.
Okay,
And if you don't hit the minimum bid,
you don't sell it.
you don't sell it, or you try again, or maybe the selectmen decide to sell it for a lower amount, and the town takes a loss.
well, that's, all right, let's say that hypothetically, we decide to take a loss, and would we let's say, try to go civilly after that individual for that remaining balance?
I don't think so.
So it's kind of a, I don't know.
No, we wouldn't, because we own the property.
That's my point. You own the property, so you take on the risk. So you get a little bit of a windfall profit here, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
And so what do we do with that money? So my question is, if you took a loss on the property, you're not going back after them, so we can't have it. I don't see how we can have it both ways.
I don't know, yeah, and I don't know under what transactional legality, if we've taken ownership of the property
It's your property.
and sold it as our property, the town's property, under what transactional authority do you give the former owner cash?
You can't. They don't own
Yeah,
anything.
that's what I'm getting at. I don't think you
The
can.
homeowner already had a chance to sell this.
Right. The same as, I don't think you
Right,
could go back
that's
to
right.
after.
They could have
Could've
done that
sold this
themselves to
Before
satisfy.
foreclosure.
Right.
They can still do it before June 26th. Right.
No, June 16th, I think is
16th.
is their date, yeah.
That's a
They
good
can
point.
still
I mean,
do-
they can sell it on their own,
Yeah.
or we can do it for them. And if they sell it on their own, they get the profits.
No,
If there
they
aren't.
can't sell it because we have title. They can redeem
Oh,
their
that's what-
property for
that's-
the minimum bid.
Right, but
Okay,
what they're
so
saying is,
this-
before
we
you
have it.
foreclose, they have the ability to sell
They
it.
do.
Yep.
And if
do.
they don't elect to do that, and it falls into the town's hands, it becomes, in a sense, the town's property.
And
Right.
So if there's a windfall profit, it belongs to the owner
And
of
they
that
get,
current town.
how much of a notice do they get between the time we say we're gonna foreclose and we actually do foreclose?
There's a, well, it's.
Legally, what's the supposed to be?
No, we follow the law, because let me tell you, this is very serious.
Yeah.
They have, well, I mean, all right, 8 to 12 months after the taxes are due, we lien the property. And the type of lien that we file is an automatic foreclosure lien. So 18 months after the date that we lien the property, then it forecloses.
Do they get any sort of notice, like 6 months out from
They get a
that?
45-day notice of
45.
foreclosure.
So they have a heads up of some sort.
Oh, yes.
Like,
Oh,
They
yeah.
have almost 2 years to make a decision to either pay the town or sell their property.
Yeah, they have 2.5 years,
So
basically.
they've had this
I
by
think they've had their
certified mail,
time.
I'm sure.
I don't know what. I'll defer
And then
to
we
you guys
also
on
give
that.
them first right of refusal, pretty much.
Oh,
They've
okay.
had, they know,
Yeah,
they've had notice certified.
yeah, yes.
Well, they kind of know if they haven't paid the taxes that they got to pay them. I mean, everybody does. But that was just something that was thrown out there a while
Yeah.
back. You know, that question was asked, and so I threw it out there again. If, you know, it's kind of a, I guess you could say it's a kind of a goodwill gesture of the
Yeah,
town.
I just don't know how, it's kind of like, I
Well,
mean.
you'd have to change the ordinance.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But they're not even technically a resident of Durham anymore, unless they got an apartment or something here, right?
They're living in the house.
So they're still living in the house?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're still living until we take possession and.
Yeah, we don't
Ooh.
take possession until,
What would I just don't know, if you own the house, how you would recap, why would you ever do that? I'm not,
Well,
I'm
if I could
confused.
Add some insight. Sarah had this discussion when she was here too, Mark and Sarah. It's the state law, if the bank forecloses on your house, they have to give you back any profits above what's owed on the mortgage. So they can't make a profit. So the thought was, well, should the town really be in a position to be profiting on someone else's loss? And so Sarah said she tried to get legislation passed to deal with it. And so that's how this all came about.
Someone else's hardship.
Yeah, profiting on someone else's hardship, was it really a good idea?
Yeah, but the guy profiting is not the town, it's the guy who buys it for a song, you know? It always comes back to the town.
Both profiting.
Yeah, no, I see, I get that argument.
The thing is, they had a chance.
Terry?
If the town, and if the town sells its property, okay, what is the deed that is issued?
it's a quitclaim deed.
What's the difference between a quitclaim deed and a warranty deed?
We don't warranty that there are no other people out there that don't claim title to the property.
So quitclaim means you're quitting any claim you have to the property, but you're not guaranteeing anything. It says any interest I have is yours, I guarantee nothing other than.
There's been no title switch.
Right.
Just not guaranteeing anything. So that's what a quitclaim is.
And how long does it take to turn a quitclaim deed into a warranty deed?
I've done it in one day. You just go to the lawyer, because I can give a quitclaim deed to anybody, or I can give you a warranty deed. So that doesn't necessarily affect the quality of title, it's just the type of deed you're issuing.
Right.
If you don't want the liability, you just give them a quitclaim deed, but that could still have good title.
And then the buyer can buy insurance, you know,
We-
we've all done that, you know, you're always paying for that title insurance, you're like, why am I buying this, you
We
know?
did have that issue, Terry, one time, and it took them about a year to get a warranty title.
Yeah. Well, they probably had some other debts. I'm guessing if they didn't pay their taxes, there was probably
Well,
some
no, the
other
issue was
stuff.
heirs.
Title wasn't clear.
They had to, they had to
Clear,
find
yeah.
all the heirs, and
Sure.
they had to clear the
So under
heirs.
a municipal tax deed, with a quitclaim deed, they passed a law a few years back, now after 15 years, they clear automatically. It used to be forever, you had to go after the heirs and try to get signed off to clear the title, but in the tax quiet property, now if you sit on it for 15 years, you'll have clear title. So
Has this property gone up for auction yet?
No, that's what we're voting on tonight.
we just had one that was.
Ruth, do we know what other towns do with this monies? I mean, we can't be the only people that have ever foreclosed on a house before.
Most of them just keep it, but there are instances where towns do choose to give it back to the owner because they feel that it's not in the town's interest to profit from selling the property. We're not in the real estate business. We're in the business of helping the community. And so we're helping this portion of our town to get a new start, perhaps.
But when that title's passed over, is the title passed over, for example, was it quitclaim to the town and then quitclaim to the new buyer?
No, we don't have to, we don't claim it's an automatic foreclosure, the day, 18 months to
Right,
the
so we
day.
technically own the property.
Yes.
So if anything arises from that sale, who would be liable?
What do you mean if anything
The
arises?
buyer, you didn't just, whatever, there's always something, there's liens on it from some other, who would end up eating that bill if there was something that came about?
We don't have to
Or if we got
disclose
sued.
anything.
Okay.
All we
All right.
have to do is do a quitclaim deed. It has no warranty behind it whatsoever.
Okay.
It's up to them to decide,
So
well,
it's
to see a lawyer.
100% risk to them, we have no liability in
Right.
this. Okay.
So some contractor could still have a lien on the property?
We do all the research at the deeds, and we do a pretty good job. And we send notices to everybody that has any kind of interest in the property. So if there's a contractor's lien, if there's any kind of lien on there, we have to notify these people that this property's up for foreclosure and give them the option to pay the taxes.
So this may cost us more than just taxes.
Well, included in, I don't think I included it this time, I included it the
Probably
last
has the
time.
legal fees and stuff.
There's-
Minimum bid, yeah, that's all.
I don't know, is this a town type? as
Well,
far
we
as-
don't have to make a
is this
decision on this
something-
tonight, so.
Yeah, I was just
Because
curious.
it's gonna,
I would think
if
the
we
town
decide
would
to
wanna
do
vote
it,
on that, 'cause
it's
they're
gonna
the
go back
ones.
to the town.
The only
for vote.
decision I'm looking for tonight is for you guys to decide whether or not I put it out for bid.
For the town, yeah.
This specific instance.
This specific,
I said let the townspeople make it, if they wanna give the money back, it's their money, we just had that discussion. It's the town's money.
It's the town's liability.
So I'll accept a,
Yeah, I'll make that motion, put it to the town.
Could you repeat that motion for me, please?
That we will, turn this over to the town as is, for the town to make the decision.
put it out to bid.
Yeah, we'll put it out to bid.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Moved and seconded, any more discussion? All those in favor? Okay. All right, the act on the IT RFP,
I was disappointed.
said.
I put it out to bid, and I think I may have done something wrong, because all of the bids that I got back were very high. So the lowest, and this is for a monthly contract, the lowest monthly contract was $1,287. I would like to go back to each of these individuals who bid on this and discuss whether or not they would be interested in more of a contractor type of, what they were bidding on. Okay, so what I asked for was, I asked for a bid that included them coming in to take a look at what our IT system looks like now, because our IT system has not been really examined and thoroughly vetted for a year and a half probably now. And so, and we have no individuals in town that are able to do serious IT work. I can connect printers and stuff like that, but as far as serious IT work, I can't do. And then on top of that, then to set us on a path whereby we would be able to upkeep our IT. And they all bid on this, but when they bid on this, and I may not have been really clear in the RFP, they bid on it as if they were basically taking over the IT services completely for the town. So they would do all of the updates, they would do all of the downloads, the antivirus, all that other kind of stuff that goes along with the upkeep of an IT system. And my intention was that they would more set out a schedule whereby they would help us to do it ourselves, and then kind of be an emergency backup if, the system crashed, or if I really couldn't figure out how to do something like set up a new printer or something like that, then they would be available at an hourly basis, or perhaps a monthly contract basis, but I was thinking more in the range of $400 a month instead of $1,200 a month.
Yeah. How did, because Josh Libby had, and I'm trying to bring him up right now, some estimates done on this type of work.
Yes, and one of the companies that bid was the company that he was talking to.
So how does the scope of work in what he had in those bids compare to what you asked them for?
Well, I think in that scope of work, it was more a base number of hours. So you paid a certain monthly fee for a certain number of hours per month that you could call on them to do some service.
So, but isn't that what you said you wanted?
I thought so, but
It sounds
That's
like
not what I got.
It sounds like we didn't ask for the right thing.
I guess not.
And we need to look at maybe some of the bids that Josh did and make sure that, maybe even contact this guy, Michael Dorr is the name on this one, and say,
he's one of the bidders.
so this is the type of thing we were looking for,
And he is the low bidder in this, so.
What is he at?
He was at $1,287 for the monthly contract, which,
There were a couple of different versions.
I
I
think
think
Terry
it
has
probably
the first.
warrants going back and asking the questions you want to ask.
I say we,
Yeah,
Yeah,
just to make
More
sure
homework.
that we,
yeah, I want to
sure
go back
we're
and I
on
want
the
to talk
same
to
page.
each of them and talk about
Yeah.
the money issue, because it's way above what I was
Yeah.
thinking that we would be able to spend.
Yeah.
well, we table that. And
yes, sir.
Yep.
Terry?
You
In
volunteer?
our solid waste committee meeting, and when we met with the selectmen, this issue came up with the solid waste, when we got the bids, okay? And we asked the question is, why can't we go back on the bids and renegotiate the bid or whatever it is on the price which Ruth is asking for right now? And we were informed at that time, we could not. What has changed now, that now you're gonna go back into these bids and ask for them to change them?
It's possible, Terry, that I can't. I would probably talk to Janet actually first to make sure I could or not.
But we were told that once the bid came in, it was either accept them or reject them all.
Right.
And start over
That's
again.
what we're
Okay.
talking about doing.
Yeah.
We're gonna reject them.
Okay.
Right.
Reject them all.
That's gonna be the next motion.
Rescope the work and do it again.
Right.
Because it sounds like we may not have got what we really was asking for, or maybe we didn't ask the right way, so they bid on something different than
Yeah.
what we thought we was getting, so yes. You're right, that's what we're
Okay.
gonna do, reject
You
this.
think?
That We're gonna, you heard me.
Say it again.
We're gonna reject it and then move forward with a different request.
You still have that
Instead of
stuff from
going back
Josh?
into these bids, I would think that
You still
you
have
would
it, okay.
reject
Do you
them
have the
all down.
email?
Right, that's what we're gonna do.
That's what we're doing.
Yes.
You're gonna have to rewrite it.
All this stuff.
Michael,
Gonna have to
sent
rewrite
him
it.
about, this is what I
Right.
think you need. Okay, all right.
Without making phone
Which
calls.
surprised me, since he was one of, he actually met with him.
Yeah. So, okay.
Sorry.
making a motion on that?
I make a motion that we reject the current bids.
I'll second that.
Moving seconded that we reject the comp bids. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Do we need to also make a motion for her to do the process
Yeah.
again?
Yes.
All right, I move that we have Ruth re-send out an RFP for IT work for the town office, for the town, not just the town office.
I'll second
Just move the second that we have Ruth go back out with a new RFP. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Question? So the expenses involved in advertising this, Is that coming out of the telecommunication budget?
I think that's where they come out of, correct?
Oh, sorry.
Out of telecommunications?
Yes,
Yeah.
it does come out of the telecommunications budget.
And then should this bid be awarded at some point in the future, that Julie's money is allocated by the telecommunication committee?
Yes, they have offered.
Okay? All right, special town meeting.
Yeah, that's, Shannon, so I want to include in the special town meeting also the special election for selectmen. Sorry, I probably should have mentioned that at the beginning. So Shannon has all that.
This is just for information as we go along. Kevin, did you have time to look up the,
I looked at the two sections that you
Yeah.
cited.
did you get anything out of it?
Basically, all I saw was, it said the selectmen may call a special election, it didn't say shall.
Right.
I don't know if that means that you can just go with 4 until the next regular election, and then the other is just a standard secret ballot, like how, so if we're gonna have a special election, the way I interpret it is, we need to do it the way we always do it, you know, in terms of secret ballot and like that. I didn't see anything about timing.
Oh, you didn't?
I didn't read there were only 2
I
little
see.
sections that you gave me, so I didn't read all the other sections that were around
I thought
it,
we
so.
would research it.
I had a busy day. I would, but we didn't have a heck of a lot of time on this
I
one.
know. The section that I am talking about, that we can shorten it for subsection is.
Yeah, where's that? 'Cause we're still Title 30A.
Yes. Correct. It all looks the same to me right now, but, page 1.
Yeah, it's right at the
Extent
top,
of shortening.
first paragraph, second paragraph.
There you go.
Second page, procedure for shortening.
Correct. You're kind of all. in-
Mark, can you explain to me how this is gonna work?
You mean for replacing the chair?
The special town meeting.
Why don't we let Shannon tell us that? 'Cause I think she's about to tell us how that's gonna work.
Yeah.
Well, for a special town meeting or to fill a vacancy, in this case it's for Jeff, we would have to have the selectmen okay that we do that, the election, and then we just go forth with shortening of it, of subsection 2568, that you have 24 days total to do all this, that you normally have 85 days to do. So you shorten up the nomination papers, or when they're available, you have 10 days. Folks have, town residents have 10 days to come in to take out nomination papers and get at least 25 signatures, no more than 100. They come in and file it on the
26.
26 is what we're looking
26,
at.
correct. That's the 10 days. Then there's 14 days of absentee voting, which is normally 45 days. Everything's shortened up drastically, but it's to fill a position on a very important board. And I think we ought to really take advantage of it. And as Ruth and I spoke today, did that answer your question?
So how many days prior to the special meeting do the nomination papers have to be submitted?
10 days from now.
You're right. And then,
Joe, you set a date for the special meeting?
Yes.
It's going to be on the election, the June 13th election is
Right.
what we're.
right. That's
Same
what
one the schools having.
So it would just be, we'd just add a municipal election to the June 13th election day, is what we're looking
So,
towards doing.
First of all, you have to get it announced. And then from the day of announcement, individuals have 10 days in which to come in and take out nomination papers. And then they have until 10 days prior to the date of the special election to turn those.
Oh,
No,
they'd have to have them
They
back
got
in
10 days to
10 days
turn
to
them
get it
in.
back.
Right, it's a very short. Usually you get,
10 days to get
so
it
if they
back.
pick them up tomorrow, they got 10
From
days.
when?
Tomorrow.
Today.
How can that be? It hasn't even been announced. So
Will
now,
be.
if it's announced Friday, now we're down to 8 days.
We're
And we
announcing
couldn't
it
do if that
tonight.
was the case. I've gone through the scenario of the days and counted it over and over again, and the only way we could do it is if we announce the, opening, the vacancies and the election today or tomorrow. After that, there's not enough days.
How are you gonna get the announcement? I mean, it has to be a public announcement, so. it
This
has
is
to
a
be
public
the-
announcement.
This is a
right
public
here.
announcement.
Yeah.
Here, isn't it?
It'll
This
be
is
up
a
on the
public
website.
announcement. We put it on the website. I would call different contacts at the different newspapers, news people, and,
You call tomorrow, it can't be in before Friday.
It'll be up on the channel.
well, this is the public announcement, and then we would further get it out there.
And Milton, you forget I have a big mouth.
What-
Not touching it.
I'm probably a little thick here, but what's the special town meeting?
Budget.
Yeah,
School budget.
The election for the school budget,
RSU.
and we're gonna put this on for the same time.
Mark, can I
Yeah.
handle this one?
Yes.
What?
I think there's some confusion because I had made the agenda and we had talked about doing a special town meeting, which I will explain, but there's two different things here. There's the election for the selectmen, which we're hoping to get by June 13th done. And then there's also a special town meeting that we were talking about doing. And so these are two different discussions. And that was for appropriating money to finish the culverts because we received both of the grants for the Auburn Pownell culverts. So we would need to go to town, a special town meeting to appropriate the money, which we would appropriate out of capital funds for public works. We wouldn't raise any money for that. And then, so there's two separate issues that we're addressing here.
But, so in reality, the special town meeting has nothing to do with the election?
That's right.
Yes.
Well,
But because we need to fill a vacancy on the selectmen's meeting, or wish to, we're also gonna add a vacancy on the budget committee because we're an elected position, and there's some people show interest in that.
Say we
So we
have to
thought,
focus right
instead
away.
of putting it off to November,
No.
why not just involve it
They're
in
on
the
there.
June
We made the
13th?
decision that we're.
I understand that, but it has nothing to do with the special
No, we got,
town meeting.
right, we got,
Town meeting
got
was-
confused between the two, and they got wrapped into one, yes, you're right.
Now, on the special town meeting, you're gonna appropriate funds for,
For the culverts.
I applied for
Can I bring us back to the agenda? And we have a public comment period, and we are wasting a lot of time. We are like way off on a tangent now. I'd like to stay on the agenda for the special election, and then, and go according to our agenda so that we're not here all night.
Okay, well, the special, yes, we can do the special election, well, and then the next one after that is the special town meeting, so it's gonna be, it's right there.
Okay, so
Right, so to avoid confusion, I think let's
Right.
isolate them and deal with one at a time.
Okay, so we're clear on the special election part,
I would like to
right?
open it up right now, the
Right.
16th, and have the nomination papers available. I have them right with me.
Right, so we
If anybody
can,
wants to take them out, I've got them.
we make that motion, right? That's what you're looking for,
Please,
yes.
please. So we could make that
So,
time.
Official.
Can you take through the calendar again? So
Certainly.
petitions would be due when, on what date?
May 26th, that's the 10 days. The filing date is May 26th, by
End of
4:30.
business, close of business.
4:30, correct, that's how we usually state it. And then they have the 27th to the 9th for absentee voting, 14 days for absentee voting. And I would just add those, if people request, with the state ballot, as well as the RSU ballot. They could get 3 ballots potentially if they want them.
Is there a state ballot this June?
Yeah.
Yes, it's
There
one
is?
referendum question,
Oh.
and I brought a copy in case you wanted to know what it was about. It's very worded, very lengthy, but it's one question.
Good.
Kevin, I know you want to see this.
So 5/27 to 6/9 absentee voting. Right. And then the actual vote at the school, like it always is.
8 to 8.
13th, 8 to 8.
That's when we process the absentee ballots.
Okay.
And all this is posted. I'll be posting it Thursday. I have the returns and everything. I will post in 3 conspicuous places, what I always do, here, the school, and the store. So it's out there, if people want to know.
And the issue is that if we don't do it now, we would either need to wait until November, or we would need to have a new election, and then we would have to pay all the clerks, and we would have to, yeah, so.
Better off getting it done so we're back to full strength.
So, is there somebody that's gonna make a motion for this particular piece of it?
I move that we proceed with a special election to fill the vacant selectman seat. It's scheduled for June 13th.
And
And budget?
please.
Does this allow for budget committee? Because I don't know if this is your heading. It says for municipal officers, it would cover that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and budget committee. Yes, for June 13th.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Moved and seconded that we post this out starting today. Papers are due back in on the 26th. They have up to, from the 27th to the 9th to do absentee, and then the election will be at the school 8 to 8. The same time you vote on the school budget on the 13th of June. Any more discussion?
And the state ballot. State ballot.
Yes, and the state ballot.
We're gonna be busy.
Yes, Milt?
I understand what you're doing. I just want to go on record saying that, there's fewer and fewer people who go through the process, whether it's selectmen or budget, who take out papers, get the minimum of 25 votes and get the papers back. For someone who has been doing it for 19 years now, I can tell you, sometimes getting 25 signatures requires a little bit of time. And so I personally just don't feel we have really shown courtesy to the residents of our town in finding qualified candidates in this short of a window. I think we're rushing it. By the time people hear about it, it might not be till the end of the week, it might not be till the first of the week, and to try to get to 25 people, within a week's time, I think is a challenge, and just personally think it's a little unfair.
Shannon?
I understand exactly what you're saying. That's why I said, there's people showing interest for the budget, inquired about it, and we said, well, it may not be till November, and they said, that's fine. But he stood up a lot at the town meeting and voiced different opinions on things or figures. And if we have somebody that's interested and knows what they're talking about, why not offer that at the same time as we're having another filling vacancy? It does show interest, so.
Any more discussion? All those in favor? Okay.
Which that was hesitant.
Second.
Now, you can do the special town meeting for the culverts,
Come, Mike.
correct, Ruth?
I gotta move.
Yes, please, sorry.
The special town meeting for the culverts?
Yes, that would be
Should we get that
nice.
explained?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, you want me to explain it? I think Calvin's probably better.
Yeah, that's fine. This is the one you got the 2 grants for.
So I applied for 2 DEP grants for smart stream crossing culverts on Auburn Powell Road. And we were awarded, we were hoping to know before town meeting, we didn't hear. They extended the award process out into later in April before we found out. And so I applied for 2 of them thinking I might have a 20% chance of getting one of them. I didn't ever think we'd get both of them, but so they're going to give us $200,000, $100,000 a piece to put those in. It's a non-matching grant, so that is going to require a special town meeting because we are going to have to come up with probably, I don't know, I'm waiting for the engineering to get done, but I'm hopefully I'll have that number by next week, but we're looking at probably $70,000 or so of our own money to put towards it.
So the total project you're estimating at $270,000, is that what you're saying?
And would that 70 be coming out of the capital? We're not talking about raising another 70,000, are we?
No, our intention was to take it out of the Public Works capital account.
Harry?
Do we have the 70-some thousand dollars in there?
Yes.
Yes.
Kelvin, do we have a prelim of scope of work that we've gotten a bid that we're confident on this $270,000? Where are we getting that number from? That's all I want to know.
He gave me that number. He said just use that number, and he said, you can go as high as 100,000, but
It's a little.
I think it's going to come in a little bit less. But I don't have the final number right yet, but I think that.
No, I understand. You don't have plans. I get it. I'm just $270,000 for a couple culverts. That's big money.
Well, this isn't a culvert. This is it's actually becomes a bridge. It's concrete.
Yeah.
Okay.
With wing walls and the bottom.
So it's a pretty big project.
Yeah. Yeah. They're gonna have to. They're gonna have to dam the stream, pump all the water around, and build a temporary stream channel.
Jesus. Take that road off my bike route for a while.
Thanks a lot.
Geez, I mean, that sounds like a pretty good project, right?
Once it goes out to bid, we'll find out. We won't know until it goes out to bid what it actually is gonna cost us.
I don't know how, it seems so premature. We have no idea what the dollars we're talking about here. Am I wrong?
Engineer's estimate, he gave me a breakdown, was 200,000, so.
Well, you got 200,000.
Well, it's 200,000 that we would need, so he said we would, 200,000, 270 is the number he gave me. I could bring that.
Sure.
I could bring that in. It all just kind of fell in here in the middle of April, and so for the
It's a big
last.
scope. What's the engineering's bill on that? That's a lot of work. And who's paying that bill? Is that already allocated?
Yeah, I gave that to, it's part of that, that's part of it.
Okay.
That's included in.
Have we gotten that bill, Ruth? The 200?
Well, there's no bill yet. What we decided to do before Jeff left was take the money out of my current professional services fund, and then when we get if it gets funded through town meeting, then we will reimburse it, and if not, then we would just not be able to do any other.
So could you just refresh me? How much money did you guys allocate that?
25,000, I think?
20.
Or did it get knocked down to 20?
I know we had.
It's at least 20. It might be 25. Actually, I have the budget right in front of me.
So did your 270, so are we 290, just so I'm clear, is it, I mean, I don't want, I know you, it's so hard to do that, but is that 20K in that, I mean, are we gonna be talking 290,000?
Yeah,
I mean,
no, that would be part of it.
Okay.
The engineering is in that 270 figure, and I'm hoping it's going to come in less. The engineer thinks it might, but then again, even if that's a budget number, until it goes out to bid and we actually get our numbers in from contractors.
Yeah, no, I get that,
Then hopefully it comes in less.
I think when I heard culvert, I'm thinking, hey, I was thought you were gonna say, a couple $20,000 grants or something. When you said this number, I was.
They're copper.
I guess so.
They're becoming bridges.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
It's good for the fishery.
Okay, anything else on that?
Do you think we should wait until we know more?
Well, what are we doing right now?
We were talking about the
Meeting?
possibility of setting a special town meeting.
I would go ahead and set the meeting, but we can always.
Do you know when you're getting all that paperwork back? I don't want to set the meeting until we know when we got it.
Right.
I'm hoping they finished last week. They finished the site work, the engineering out there, the survey work. So.
We should have an answer by next meeting.
I would
Maybe we set the date then.
You have plans by next week? Is there any way we could get some ballpark bids from somebody prior to? I just don't want to go to the town and ask for money and then all of a sudden
Yeah,
we get
don't
these
even
plans
know.
back and it's,
The engineer will give
we've all
us.
seen this show before.
The engineer will give us a breakdown of estimated
Sure.
based on other
Yeah, I get
jobs that have been done, the going rate for each product.
So you're comfortable with 270,000?
Yep.
So an extra 70,000?
We're
Okay.
not actually setting that number right now, we're just agreeing on setting the meeting, is that, and then by next meeting.
Well, I
By next meeting, if you have it, then we'll set the special town meeting after that.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Yeah, I don't want to set the special
Okay,
town
when
meeting
are
until we
we
have
doing
it.
next meeting?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. We
Okay.
don't need deadlines we gotta worry about, or?
Special meeting, man. We're
No.
gonna make the deadline.
Yeah. Okay?
It's gonna be later in the season before we can do it anyway, because of fish spawning, you can't really do that kind of work until after July.
Yeah, let's just do some more due diligence. I think we're just a touch premature before we get to the town.
Okay, well, we're right there with the road commissioner. We might as well take his report.
Gonna go get signatures now? I'll sign you.
It's just to get them on
See
the
us, thank
ballot.
you. Thank you.
Hey, no, just a minute, I want to talk to you.
Kevin, he'd probably be better than write-in. No,
What?
probably better than write-in.
Yeah, oh, yeah. We don't need to relive
I
that.
know, who said ouch? No.
I did.
Oh,
I was running the budget committee.
oh, that's why.
Oh, sure.
I got that.
No, I'm leaving.
Bye-bye. Mike, you take.
Thanks,
have a
gentlemen.
great
I
night.
appreciate it. Thank you.
See you guys, thanks.
You, Kevin?
Yeah. All right, did you get one of these?
Yes, sir. I think I passed the remainder on to you.
Oh, thank you.
You got one?
Goes all the way around. And after.
Jeff's not here.
Oh, yeah.
Appreciate it.
I'll try again.
So, not on your report, but I got a call this afternoon from RSU 10, Dennis Willett, Transportation Director, and they've got some...
RSU 5?
RSU 10, that was where I used to work.
I was like, RSU 10? Dennis changed jobs?
RSU 5, from the Transportation Director, Dennis Oulet. He has got topsoil from the new track they're putting in, and he wants to give some to Durham and Pownell. So it's free. They got a loader there. They said they'll give us some, but no cost. Just as
We
a
gotta truck
goodwill.
it.
What's that?
We gotta truck it.
Yep. So we'll go pick it up,
Where we going with it?
or we'll stockpile it somewhere.
What's the yardage we're talking on estimate?
He said, 2 or 3 loads apiece, I guess. So he's looking at 24 to 36. Or,
36 yards or so?
yeah.
And when we talking, is it clay, is it sand?
Oh, no,
Because
it's topsoil. So.
it's topsoil, so it's
It's the current
It's
field,
what
right?
came
It's
off the
the
field.
soccer field. Yeah.
So
Right up my house.
we'll take.
I was gonna say, all
I
right.
mean, it'd be good for the, at the-
Spill a little on my yard
At the
going by.
gazebo, or we could have used it out here. I mean, we always need some, so. So I just wanted to point that out, that he made that offer, and it's good, and maybe if it's a good buy, maybe we can offer to buy some more at a reduced rate, so. We've got Beavers on Peter Veer Road on the
Thank you.
section.
Gotten some calls on
Get a little
Peter Bear
small
Road.
Sit down.
Talking
down
about
at the
beavers.
deli.
Yep.
That's the only place that's.
wanted to talk to you.
So they keep blocking the culverts. Carl went and talked to Carl's licensed trapper, and he went to Inland Fisheries and talked to them about the beavers, and they said they'd like to at least wait 2 more weeks before anything was done. And I said, look, let's. In Pownell, we did a process of putting in a pipe, a siphon.
Sure.
And
Underneath.
so that the water can get through, and so you don't have to kill the beavers, and you can. And once they run out of food, they'll move on. So we're going to try that. Work with IF&W just to.
Can we get that done ASAP? And the reason why I ask is the town, I didn't even know, man. I had no idea you guys had beaver issues. Hey, what are we gonna do? But anyways, I guess we're sending out basically a fleet of trucks out there in the morning to raise the drawbridge for the to get the water down at 6:30, 7 o'clock, and these guys every day they're here in your trucks and work 4 or 5 days a week, and it's been going on since March. We've been dealing with these beavers. So if we could get that corrugated pipe, which we don't need really permits from anybody, correct?
Well, IF&W will give us a sketch of how they want it. They'll come out and talk to us.
Okay, but if we could just get that so the townspeople could,
Yeah. Well, we're gonna.
seems like we could have done that pipe. I don't know what we waited on that pipe.
Well,
I understand about trapping the beavers and all that stuff, but we could have resolved this by just putting in a pipe and saving a lot of man hours.
Well, IF&W doesn't want us to do anything for at least 2 more weeks, they said. Wait another couple of weeks. And, because they have their babies.
I know they don't want us to do anything in terms of trapping and stuff is the way, because I kind of made some, but I don't know if they have any issue with us, because we're not disturbing the beavers if we had some corrugated pipe in there. Is that correct? There's no problems with...
I didn't go to the meeting, but my understanding was that they said just leave them alone for a couple more weeks and we'll...
Yeah, I spoke to Carl too, and I guess he's your expert.
Yeah, I told him I don't want to kill the beavers, so...
No, what I'm getting at is Carl says is we don't have to kill the beavers, we don't have to interrupt their, whatever they're doing out there.
During mating season, well, they get babies, I don't want...
If we just add, which we could do at any time, and we don't need any special permission, corrugated pipe, so the water can flow through without disturbing the beavers, and they can live happily ever after on the Peterbilt Road, and
Yeah.
the employees aren't waking up to 6:30 a.m. construction.
And be careful about catering to employees to townspeople, I know we're supposed to do that, but be careful about catering to this one, because next thing you know, we're gonna call us.
Not,
cater to this
no,
one.
let me
We
be
gotta
clear,
careful.
I'm not catering. My
No.
concern is the cost that we're sending a truck there twice a day
Okay.
and a loader to lift this thing up since March, when all we had to do was probably 2 hours worth of work of corrugated pipe. I'm not catering to anybody.
Okay.
I'm looking after the
Well,
interest of the
I heard
town.
you say was the people were worried about hearing it at 6:30 in the morning, I said.
Well, it's a little bit, I mean, two times a day, people going down the road to take care of some beavers.
That's all right, I see what you're going now, I'm just saying, it's just.
When we could, Peter Veer Road, when we could just put in a corrugated pipe and be done with
Well,
this.
it's a little more complicated than that, because they'll just move back to that pipe.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I've
You have to
seen
build a
this happen,
siphon.
they just.
You have to build a siphon with pipes.
Can we fix it?
So
Can we fix
they're
it?
gonna send me a plan anyway. and we'll-
But Mark, I don't know, who am I supposed to acquiesce to or take?
No, I know
Who am
what
I
you're
supposed to
saying.
accommodate if I don't accommodate the people paying
Well,
taxes on a town road?
I get that, but I just say, we gotta be careful about this one, because next thing you know, next thing we're gonna be out there with everybody, that's all I'm saying, we just.
Couple of months?
So
It's not like it's been going on a week.
No, I understand, I just didn't wanna,
Did we
next thing you know, we get 50 calls.
lose any, do we have any erosion caused by
No.
this?
No, but we would, it starts to build up.
I mean, if we can fix it that way, I'm all for that, yeah.
Yeah, I talked to, his name is Mark, correct?
Carl.
Carl, excuse me. I talked to Carl, and he's a couple hours worth of work that can have this resolved. Right now, we're spending 4 days a week, time in the morning, a couple of guys going down there with a loader and a dump truck, and then we're going back in the afternoon. The only time we're not going down there is on the weekends and maybe Friday or something. We let the water get up.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be a couple hours, but we'll, because
Okay, let's take, it takes all day, but the man hours that's being produced over the course of a couple months, bringing 3 guys down to a job to let out the beavers, seems a little
I'd be
ridiculous.
surprised if they don't redo it, but we'll try it, so.
We'll get something in there and get it,
Give it a try. I've seen that happen. Next thing you know, the beavers are pretty tricky people.
we got one in Pownell, it's worked. quite well.
They are.
Yeah.
They, well, animals.
Are you talking about employees or?
No, I'm talking about the flat tail people.
I didn't know beavers could throw rocks. They take rocks that big with their tails and they put them in the culverts, and I'm like, beaver moved that.
Yeah,
I mean, they pick them up with their tails and plug the, it's like, wow.
I've seen, they
I
are,
never believed it.
but yes.
What's
we'll
next?
try that. Okay.
So, our crews continued working on cleanup, patching, shoulder repairs, working on gravel roads. Did send the grader out to do Snow Road and New Gloucester Road, and before he had to go back to Pownell. So, I've got a lot of compliments on the roads. Are nice. People are calling, giving us thanks, and so I've been. This is my 4th day today in leadership, public works leadership, talking personnel, public issues, and so tomorrow's the last full day. And so tomorrow we're going to be working on back to doing the stuff that doing more road building and stuff for the last day, and so I'm just falling way behind with my schedule here and trying to keep up with. I work Saturday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, trying to get work done so I could go to this class, and then I'm getting out of there and going right to it. So unfortunately, I'm a little bit behind, but last week I had to get Pownell's projects going with all the, had to reconcile the bonds and know exactly what we got left to do, and coordinate the schedule for the upcoming paving and all that stuff. So hopefully now, after tomorrow, we'll be back to more of a normal, breathable
Get
schedule.
the headgear off the trucks.
Yep.
Do you schedule cleaning up and painting those during the summer?
We've done a couple already, and they'll keep doing them as we get time, rainy
Yeah.
days or whatever they.
Rainy days, yeah.
So.
Keeping them up?
Yep.
You're moving some trees on the Stackpole Road?
We're gonna meet with Barry Baldwin Monday morning to go over some trees on the Stackpole Road. There's some great big, we're gonna be paving that road, so there's some trees in the ditch line that gotta come out, and there's some massive, big dead, anybody seen those big dead pines?
yeah.
That stuff's gonna start hitting cars there, but.
Yeah, they are.
Around, they're all.
My wife asks every time they go by.
A lot of that around the town. We gotta.
Yeah.
So, looking at getting those out of there before we get in there and ditch, so they're not in our way.
Pretty much getting all set for the public.
Yeah, working
Waste
on,
day.
been working on getting set up for a bulky waste day, getting the facility all set up. And, looking for some workers, if anybody's interested.
What's the pay?
That's negotiable.
You get first pick through the pile.
Not needed.
Well,
Enough junk, man.
you live where you are.
We see the rabbit roads being paved.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, so Rabbit Road's being paved,
So can we go back to the bulky waste day?
Yep.
I noticed last year that at times there was, traffic and vehicles kind of blocking the road became an issue. Have we alerted like sheriff or state police or anybody to maybe be on hand for a little, or do we have a plan for a little bit better traffic control this year?
last year, we were blocking the driveways was the issue, so, I was gonna have Ron make up some signs, but Ruth beat me to it. But, make up some signs to put in front of those driveways and say don't, because I did have a couple of people that live there come down and ask us to. So, we've got the signs made, we're gonna put those up, and I thought about maybe posting someone down there, but we didn't have the extra manpower to just keep those driveways open. And I don't know, the other concern was about them trying to fit between the cars and then be able to see to pull out. And
I think if you
really don't know. If
keep
we
it wider than the
back-
driveway.
Right, if we keep them back 25 feet or so from the driveway and not let them pull right out, so they can actually get a,
Who's on duty this month? Sheriffs or state police?
State police.
Yeah.
I
State?
believe state police.
State
We
is-
should, I think last year, or
We can
the
call
year
them.
before we called, we should make sure we do that too again, yeah. Just let them know that it's happening, so. Okay. We got some ditching and drainage on the Cedar Pond, Stackpole.
yeah.
Oh,
So
that's
we-
for the,
we-
yeah, that's
so-
for the Allstate
Yeah,
thing,
so
yeah.
we're gonna have to go to Cedar Pond and Stackpole until June 26th. We're gonna be busy right until, because I have a deadline, I've gotta meet, I mean, if we gotta push it off a week or so, it'll be all right, but we gotta get this cold mix down in July, because that has to sit for 30 days before the chip seal can go down, and the chip seal can't go down after September 1st, so it's all, so,
Are we ditching the entirety of Stackpole and the entirety of Cedar Pond?
just the areas that need
Just
it.
the area, okay.
So, I think there's on Cedar Pond Road, I think there's a cross pipe that we're gonna eliminate, and that's not needed. I have no idea why it's there, but,
Which one, are we talking down by the river, or are we
Yeah.
talking
right before you, right on the curve where there used to be a house up into the right.
the one that heaves up every year and we got rocks on top of it to hold it
No,
down?
no, that's good, we gotta fix that.
Yeah, it's,
We've got a steel plate. But no, there's a pipe that crosses the road right there. I have no idea why it's there, and one is too high in the heat. There's one that's just, it's got that much cover over it, so that's gotta be dropped.
gotcha.
So we'll be resetting that one, or if we can do it without damaging it, so we'll try. So that's gonna take us up until June 26th, getting that done. So then we'll go back to, Runaround Pond Road, get back to ditching. That we can pave right up till, Thanksgiving, so.
And what about ditching on Quaker Meeting House Road?
Yep,
Is that ever?
Yep, we'll go back to get that. There's only a few spots here that really
Yeah.
need to be done, so we'll go back and get that. So we'll be back to Runaround Pond Road for about 3 weeks or so, and then we'll go back up to Quaker Meeting House Road.
Okay, the engineer one you kind of already touched on with the,
He's
with
finished.
the,
So we've
Crossings.
dealt with that one.
yeah.
The sign company did get back to me on.
That's the sign here.
Welcome to Durham, yeah.
Oh, no, that's the other one.
Well, it looks like that one, except it's red.
All right,
I had the,
and, we got someone already started on the gazebo, I see.
Dan Littlefield started the gazebo, and went down, looked at it, the sistering of the boards coming up are a little higher than I'd like them to be, but there's not much we can do. We're gonna have a foot of material.
Right,
I don't want to get down to 6 inches, so.
yeah. 'cause-
Once we get it painted, you won't see it.
yeah, I think the original splices were fairly close to the bottom, if I remember right.
Yeah, so we had to take care of all the rotten, plus have another foot to cleat onto. Yeah, so you're gonna be, but once we get them painted white and everything, they'll look good.
Before Memorial Day?
Yeah, that should be done next week, hopefully, yeah. So it should be done this week, actually. He said he'd be there. So he's trying to get it done for us for the Memorial Day, so I don't see any reason why that won't be done.
There's gonna be a couple loads of brick over there by the looks anyway, so those probably will still be there, but.
I was surprised to see those in the middle of the road when they dropped them off.
Yeah, I know, I thought they went to the neighbor.
I did. And then,
Karen Britt?
I don't know. I don't know. I just saw them in the middle of the road. We had to go down and put barricades in front of them.
Yeah.
So,
Is there anything for codes?
No, how many open house lots do we have going on right now in terms of new construction?
Building, I don't know, 3 or 4 or 5 for new construction? One on
Max is 45.
You got one on Chickadee?
Max is 5.
I mean, going on currently?
Yes, sir.
New
Yes, sir.
construction.
Yes, sir.
I'd say there's probably, there's 1, 2, it might be 6, I don't know.
There's one up by me. I don't know if they wait till they sell it or what.
There's one on Peter Veer Road, I know that. I was over there today, looking at some
Peter Veer?
beavers.
Put in a lot.
That's the waterfront property.
Yeah, that was a waterfront property.
Good tax revenue there.
Yeah. All right, anything else for Calvin at this point? All right, town administrator?
I guess before I forget, I wanted to let the new members of the board know that the town always has a float in the Memorial Day Parade, and we always invite any of the select board members who care to ride on the float with us, to ride on the float with us. So, there we go.
Who's driving the car?
I would, but because my kid is in 5th grade and this is the year that they run the fair over there, I'll be prepping the grill and flipping burgers.
Nice.
That sounds exciting, yeah.
Somebody has to do it.
Yeah, right, so.
Is that it?
Rich?
What's that? I don't
Next
know.
year for him.
I'll do the burgers next year. I don't know if I could probably do it. I don't, we can see, you know, who's driving, what do we get?
Who's driving?
Well, and there's a
Worried about who's driving.
you'll have to dress the
Are you
car.
driving, Calvin, or?
All right, we'll get the
Yeah.
Uncle Sam costume out or
Yeah, I
something.
know you're pulling the float, but somebody's going to be driving the truck that's pulling the float.
Driving something.
What do we got for a float? We got some beavers on that float? I'm in. You give me some stuffed beavers, I'll ride the float.
Do you want to make a motion for the
I'll
town
make a
animal?
Because it's
Official
safe-
town animal lately is
The
the
thing
town
is save
beaver.
the earth. So there's bees involved.
Hey,
there
man.
could be beavers.
I don't do
I
bees.
seen them shoot down 2 trees on 136 up here. by
They don't
the
mess
river last
around, I
year.
agree, they're nasty little animals, I'm not messing with them.
Yeah.
Eager beavers.
Anything else, Ruth?
So last time we came here, I gave everybody a handout from GP Cog where they're having some kind of a training on the 31st, and they were looking for people who wanted to go and be voting members of GP Cog, and nobody seems to want to go, so I guess I'll go. They were looking for 2 people, though, so if anybody
I think I
remember-
responded that
You responded that you
I
couldn't go.
can't that day.
What day was that again?
It's the 31st, which is a Wednesday, which is usually I don't even work.
What time is it at?
It's in the evening is the voting part, but the training's from like 1 o'clock on, and then the voting part is, I think, somewhere about 6 or 6.
Yeah, I have a work thing, I can't reschedule that
Yeah,
day.
yeah, you told me that.
Okay.
Nobody, everybody's jumping for 2. Okay, well, I'll send out the email again in
Yeah.
case anybody decides. You don't have to respond, because
Okay.
I know that you don't want to, but.
I don't think I can make it up,
It's okay. So, yeah, I think
Close the store that night.
that's about everything that I had. Oh, I did include in your packet the runaround pond sign. So Alan's taking care of that. And he is also going to send out invitations to the event to you guys.
Yep.
So,
So,
That's it?
I actually have a request for our town administrator, and when we have a document like this, like the survey of employee health coverages, and there've been a couple other documents, like, you know, you ran some numbers on various things, I would appreciate it if we could get in the habit of having a footer here, and it's like prepared by and the date.
okay.
So that we kind of know, because then you get 2 or 3 of these
Stack
quotes,
together,
well, which
forget
one
which
is the
one.
new one and which one is, you know, and if there's a question, well, who ran these numbers? Okay, well, Ruth did this one, or Shannon did this one, or Jill did this one. It's just a good best practice for business.
Yeah, at least the date.
Yeah, so,
Usually I run them all.
yeah, I figured, but,
Anything else for
yeah.
Ruth? All right, up and coming meetings and town news. The regular selectmen's meetings will be held Tuesday, May 30th at 6:30, and Tuesday, June 13th at 6:30. Everybody remember Bulky Waste Day is the 20th, this coming Saturday from 9 to 3 at 1099 Rosebell Road, the Public Works Garage. And the RSU 5 annual budget meeting, whereas you get the opportunity to set the budget, not just vote. on the final budget. That'll be on June 13th. Will be held at Freeport High School on Wednesday, May 24th at 6:30. And the RSU budget referendum, as I stated, is June 13th at the Durham Community School from 8 to 8.
Along with our special election on the same day.
Yes, along with our special election on the same day, which will be for Budget Committee and Selectmen. Papers are available now. Come and get them. Shannon will get them to you. And we'll see if we can't fill them spots.
And the Eureka's having a plant sale.
Yes, I saw that. Yeah, the Eureka's having a plant
20th
sale.
and the 21st as
Yeah.
well.
And
They
the
used,
kitchen will be open.
Oh, really? Oh, cool.
You cooking?
Go flip them over.
No.
anything else? With that, we're going into executive session at 8:22 pursuant to 1 MRSA 40568 personnel matters.
Who's gonna second that one?
I'll second it.
All in favor? All right, Alden, you can turn us off.
Yes, I have a lot of screws.
Thanks, Shannon.
Thank you for your call for
June.
What's
I
up?
have so many dates.
Take a restaurant
I have to. We're already even doing on next week because
June 5th, and no meeting in July.
None in July.
No, we'll skip in July.
Mr. Vice,
Yes?
when you come out, just leave
Yeah.
me a scratch of paper.
Yeah,
Out 1 and 2,
yeah,
action,
whatever it was.
and then I will have you sign it next time.
Okay,
And if you stick it in my box,
will do.
that's the way Jeff used to do it.
All right, I can do it the same way.
And it doesn't have to be wordy or pretty.
Oh, it won't be pretty, and it probably won't be wordy. It'll be short and sweet.
Love it. And Todd knows from short and sweet.
I went by Jeff this afternoon, about 5:45, and he was out mowing the lawn. I wanted to roll my window down and tell him he better get his butt into the car and keep going. I didn't realize.
Yeah.
I hadn't checked my email today. Or was it yesterday? It was yesterday.
Yeah.
At 9 o'clock. I didn't.
Yeah, he called me and we chatted for a while. I've had a suspicion it was coming, but
Well, I heard you say something about it.
kind of held him at bay for a little while, but, you know, I get that, you know. It is what it is. He's doing a lot of traveling, so.
Yeah.
Sounded like he gotten another bug, probably from somebody else's,
Yeah, thanks, man.
bugs from someplace he's, no, thanks, I got one.
You got one?
Do you,
Bugs from
Yeah.
another country that we're not used to. Because he was in Australia, I believe. That's where he came back from.
Life stuff.
So he's got some kind of an Australian bug, so he sounded like he had a cold, he did.
Is it? You own the subway in Thompson?
2 in Brunswick, then up to Bath, then up to Wiscasset, then up to Booth Bay, then over to Manchester, or excuse me, over to Richmond, then up to Manchester.
There's a subway in Richmond?
Yep, right off the exit.
Oh, yeah, right off the, beside the highway, oh, yeah,
And
yeah,
then, that was the old base subway.
yeah.
Took it off the base and moved it up there, I don't know, it was 7-8 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. We used to race go-karts.
Yeah, I used to race go-karts up there and.
Richmond across the.
That's where I grew
across
up.
the way.
In Richmond?
Yeah, went to school there and grew up there.
I did one subdivision up there on Lincoln Street.
I know, yeah.
Right by the,
Up towards the dump.
Road, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had 8
Remember
lots
going
up
to,
there.
remember being a kid in school, one of our assignments was to have to go to town meeting and do a report on it. Back then, that was not what I wanted to do, but I went. And I'll tell you, the people spent more time about who was gonna shoot the rats at the town dump. Because all the kids, we used to all go up there and shoot them. And all of a sudden, it was gonna become somebody's.
Yeah, no, I've got that. I was just, I just meant to ask a general question, so you answered. I was mainly wondering if,
They ain't gonna like my report.
with the screen room
When I
coming
get all
on
set
later.
up, I think the kid's
Yeah.
still gonna show.
This leaves them anything to do.
A specific guy did, but yes. Yep, that's it, Kevin. You asked for this, so I'll let you, I'll let you take the lead since you kinda asked for it.
You talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I didn't ask for it.
You didn't ask for this?
I
I didn't ask for this.
Oh, you didn't? I didn't.
Well, if nobody did, let's go.
Yeah, if there's,
My question was and I asked Jeff last week at the last meeting, and I had hoped to have, so while we're here, and we'll discuss it, the David's review. If he wanted me to keep that in the file and do it with his 6 months, or did he want me to, and he said, just bring it in. So I didn't get time to do it today, and last meeting, things kind of got out of, I was confused. I was kind of blindsided, I didn't know what was going on, so.
so you're asking, what do you want to do with his review?
Well, you've already seen it, I assume.
Right.
So,
Well, you should have a copy of it here at the town office.
yeah,
Yeah. And that's where it should be, if that's what you're asking.
Ruth's got it, yeah, so.
Well, I, just to refresh that, I think we had this meeting tonight so we could determine what's going on with this gentleman's review. If I was-
Okay,
my memory serves me right.
that's kind of what I.
Because
thought.
Jeff wanted to not put it in his file, if my memory serves me right.
Right. Well, the part that he wrote up, I guess.
Well, that's the
Right.
review, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
his
no,
response,
his response
to it.
yeah.
I don't think there's any question that the review goes in.
Right.
I
But
think it
it's
was
his response
right.
to it that the question was
Right.
about.
I haven't seen a response, so I don't know.
Okay.
And he doesn't want you to see the response. So, and that his concern was if it went into his public file that,
No, it's in.
you know, because he's,
No, I mean, I even brought this up at, last month when I was in the Public Works training, leadership training. I brought this up to the guy who's an expert in this, and I said, here's the scenario. I said, should I just say, you know, with all that was going on, we're in the middle of plowing snow, I mean, and he even admitted, there are times you don't deal with things. I mean, he said, we had a case just like this, where we had 2 employees that just wouldn't even look at each other. He said, but we knew we had a deadline. He said, we knew damn well we couldn't deal with it now. But as soon as that contract was fulfilled, we dealt with it. But there are times when it's just not practical. I mean,
You know, I think we get that, Calvin. I don't think anybody would disagree with that. I think
No.
that's sensible. I mean, the question that we had, well, I don't want to say we, mostly I had, is who this gentleman's direct. It sounds like he's specifically, majority of his time, let's say 85+% of his time is spent with Ron, who's technically his direct supervisor, but he doesn't have anything in his file from Ron saying that he's doing anything of any sorts that's contrary to,
well, Ron just comes to me and tells me. I mean, he came in and told me one day, he said, you know, but you know, Dave just told him I'm not gonna be here. And Ron says, well, let me check the weather. I'll check the weather. And he goes, no, you don't understand. He said, I'm not asking, I'm telling you, I'm not gonna be here. And Ron
yeah, that's not the right, we all agree with that.
Yeah,
No,
we agree with that. But we kind of think, and I've thought this, I think you and I have talked about this
Yeah.
way in the past, that, for me, the way I think it should work is they report to Ron, and Ron reports to you. You guys decide, like you said, what you're gonna do for the day, and that's how that works. So I'm kind of thinking, I think we all kind of had a little bit of the same sentiment, that probably Ron, if he doesn't write it, he should be having a big input in it, and if he should have a huge input on it, where he's dealing with them probably 75% of the day, so to speak. Each day is gonna be different, obviously, but when that input, he should actually be able to sign off saying that he does.
That's a good idea, I can add that. And
Right.
after having that discussion with you, I had Ron come in, and I had Ron come in the office, and I had him read it first. I said, are you okay with this? Does this look good to you? And he said, yes, that's dead on. So
And it might be that he should actually write it, and then you look it over. I know where I am, that's how it kind of works. My immediate does it, I'm quite sure he passes it on to the next one up, and then it gets passed back, and then I get to see
you
it.
can, you know, I got the sense that, you know, Ron wouldn't necessarily be comfortable like writing the entire or even a large portion of the.
he couldn't write it. So.
Right, so I think somehow you need that feedback mechanism from him, say, okay, Ron, I need to hear from you, for each guy, you know, how's their work, how's their work habits, how's their attitude, how's their, whatever questions you want to ask, and incorporate that into the review, because what we wouldn't, and I agree with you that the direct supervisor probably should be Ron, but you want to be careful how we structure that, because we don't want them to think that, well, that means I don't answer to Calvin at all.
Right.
You know, because he's
I'd be
still
content-
ultimately the boss.
Right.
I'd be content if just both you sign it.
Yeah.
That would be,
Yeah.
I could add a line.
You know what I mean? As long as Ron sees it and agrees to it, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I just don't want it,
Right.
my review's done by this gentleman, this is kinda how it was portrayed without getting into the details. My review's done by a gentleman
Right.
that I spend 5 minutes a month with, essentially. You know what I mean?
The other thing I would strongly encourage is, and I'm sure you've heard this in some of your classes, is document even conversations. But even before you document the conversation, you gotta have the conversation. So, if an employee is behaving a certain way or doing or not doing something, then we gotta take the time to say, hey, I get where you're coming from, you might be frustrated, but, that's just not appropriate behavior and we can't have that, or whatever it is, not in the heat of the moment, and so that they understand, or at least have been given the opportunity to understand that what they're doing is not right, so that if it escalates and the time comes for something more significant, you're protected because it's documented, and the town's protected, and there's no surprises. Kind of a cardinal rule of thumb is that there should never be a surprise in a performance review unless they're getting a bigger raise than they thought they were going to get. They should, especially if it's a discipline type thing. If it's in a performance appraisal, then there should have been some conversations about it beforehand, or else something. You know what I'm getting at there?
And there were.
Yeah.
And so I should have written them up for those things, but I didn't, because just with all that was going on with the timing and on the deadlines, and it never stopped snowing, and it was like, okay.
Yeah.
So but I never talked to him alone. I had him come in with Ron because, I shouldn't say never. I had Ron there because
I think that's a very good thing.
Yeah, you both should be in there when you do it.
Right. No one-on-one behind
I don't
closed
like
doors.
one-on-one because then it's he said. So I have Ron right there.
And I've always told I've told my managers too, that if you have an issue with me, make sure you bring it up when you have it. Because if you talked to me about it 6 months ago, it ain't gonna be a good conversation.
Yes.
Because it's just not gonna work.
Don't correct your dog 10 minutes after
Right.
he's on the floor.
If it happened and I did it, let's talk about it right now, because down the road, we're not gonna have that conversation, no matter how much you want it.
I just say.
This is Old Brunswick Road.
Ooh, these are the,
This,
oh, great.
Yeah, a couple of them I wasn't real sure about. I don't know whether that was separate or was it on this property.
I'd have to look at it
So,
and
yeah.
refresh my memory.
Okay.
Newell Brook. 22 and 18.
I wrote on the back of the photos. Those two are for the same property. I didn't know which one.
This is the one with the mansard roof.
Right.
This is, okay, which one is which? All right, so this one comes before this one on the road.
Yeah.
So this one's gotta be 18 and this one's gotta be 22.
Okay. I
Okay.
wrote on the back, look at, it might just be the number of your.
Oh, yeah, that's just the number of
Number on
the,
the-
this is 18. This is 22. And then this is 19 Swamp Road.
Is that Gould?
Gould, yes.
It might actually be 20 Swamp Road. But it's okay.
No, it's 19 is what I had. 19
Yeah,
Swamp
but
Road.
19 and 20 got switched back and forth or something, so it's okay.
Oh, okay.
That's the one you need, but it might actually be 20. Oh, no. Huh. That's interesting. There's 19 and 20 are on here, okay.
is Old Brunswick Road.
This is just an application for the parade.
Oh, yeah. Since we're on a roll, not on a break.
Thank you.
Do we have the, that book where we look up the lot number and the tax map
You're
number?
gonna find you don't need it from something I'm gonna give you tonight.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's close that.
I'll let Paula sign mine so I don't sign my own. And then I'll have them all ready. And I'll get the right dates. Because I think it's only fair if you guys remembers earlier, you know? Okay, let's get this.
More, if you need any more.
See this? Did I show you this? That one.
Oh, my goodness.
Now read what it says under it. Isn't that cute?
Oh, my goodness.
I got a feeling that's a photoshopped picture.
Oh, I would imagine.
But I think it's just so cute.
David, it's a little girl touching a rhino. What does it say?
Can you? Here, I'll get it. I got it.
Map is the first number,
Yeah,
and lot is the second.
that's my understanding.
That's my understanding too. That's the way it looks.
That's got to be a Photoshop picture, but
I'm assuming.
I saw that and loved it. What is?
Getting the lot number and the map number, just off this, our own.
Map is first number, lot's the second?
Yeah.
Okay.
David, I gave it to you. It's a new list we have of
Ooh.
everything, and it has the map and lot number on it.
Wonderful.
Here comes Lucille.
Yeah. Hello.
Hi, Lucille.
I'll tell you what it's all about. Let's in a few minutes, okay? Guess I'll go over here. Okay. I think I can get by. Now Chelsea told me, but I don't remember. When is she moving up for good?
We go down to pick her up tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
That's going to be a long day.
Oh, I would imagine, yeah.
It'll be good to have her back.
Now, are they have stuff, they have a mover they need to bring things up? Or
No, but you know, they've been just renting a place that has
was
basic
furnished?
furnishings for it, and they're all in the same contracting firm, so.
Oh, okay. When are they planning to start on their house? You know?
I don't know. I know I think there's still a lot of work to do on the right-of-way on the old road down to the old ferry landing. And,
That's kind of behind your house, that?
you know where the Scribner's house is?
Yeah.
There's a little dirt road beside it, or the
Right,
remains of the
right.
road. That takes you right up over a hill and down the other
Yes.
side and brings you right to the ferry, the old ferry landing to go over to Lisbon.
Okay. So that's where they're gonna be in their place in there?
Yeah,
they
so
have
they'll
to
be
use
just on,
that?
yeah, sort of, yeah, right next. So, good, glad to have her close by.
I'll tell you what that is overall. Hello?
See, I remember.
Hey, good here.
Okay. The disc is in there, and then this
Here,
stuff
you can-
came up.
Am I late?
No.
No, you're right on time.
Oh, okay, I just was worried for a
Couple
second
minutes
here.
comes Lou, waiting for Mary and Paula and Anita.
Uh-oh. What do we got here? No, we don't
Those
have that.
are the Thanksgiving farm we don't have on here. For
Sorry, I'm late.
1830.
You're not late.
Another year.
I was doing something there.
I don't know, we'll have to,
Yeah.
All of a sudden, my
I
phone went off, told me I was
How you
late.
doing?
You're not
How are
late.
you?
A few minutes early. Your daughter gonna start building over there sometime soon?
Oh, my clock was.
With a minute
Now
to
they're still
spare.
working on.
Ah, I was down in the basement doing a project, and all of a sudden my phone went off, and I said, "Oh shit!"
Revised property lines and build and make sure everything's okay for, the right of way.
Lou. Lou.
They're making plans, but
Here I
they haven't
am.
gotten very far.
Not sure what it gave you.
He'll be
Just a
coming up
minute.
from the Cape.
Oh, no, this isn't, this
tomorrow.
one is for Paul.
How are you? Nice to see you. It was a very sweet card you guys all sent to me. That was really wonderful. I appreciated it very much.
All right, where is this one?
This is kind of what's in the, when you,
I took these pictures, but
I
I
have Lou's,
I
those are
remember
Lou's.
that one.
and Linda's
Okay.
and Donna's, those are the ones that copied
Okay.
for her. And
Mary and Anita.
Mary and Anita, Lucille did the churches, that's pretty
Okay.
simple. But
So we're
anyways.
starting with Lou, is that what we'll start with?
Well, either way, but we're waiting for Mary and Anita. so
All right, I'm gonna run in and say hi to the girl.
All right, we'll wait a few more minutes. Oh,
Good, are you? Good. No, she didn't, I offered, she said no. She thought Lorna was gonna be cooking sausage or something, so she stayed home and shut it off. No, I.
Nothing like a good faithful dog, is there?
Your dog was cooking sausage, huh?
I almost got the ponytail. Yeah. Good, thanks.
Spencer, Lucille. 70 Old Windsor Road right there.
You Candy, I did the paperwork on these churches.
okay, I wondered about that.
Just a tax and lot.
There.
Oops, I'm sorry.
That's
What's
okay,
news?
it was a chair you hit, not me. Hey Lou, after you get back from your, wherever you're
Pushing it
going
on?
next week, can we get together and do
Just
those
briefly.
Maine state taxes?
I haven't been out yet.
How many years can I do?
I did get my
You
license.
can go
in.
back
Oh,
a
yeah,
couple
they
of
were so
years
heavy, high for so while.
when you're Maine
Yeah, there's
state.
been too much rain.
Got water in my
I
glasses.
mean, I could do some pond
Oh,
fishing.
yeah, it's simple to do. When you go to maine.org, all you do is put in, for those things I just go by the thing I got from Social Security, as far as my adjusted gross income, it's what I made.
Right, but, yes, Social Security's counting, but disability does not count. So your income will be
Now you got a
zero.
whole bunch of
Right,
funds in there.
right.
don't you?
But your rent, if your partner hasn't claimed it all,
So Lori came
you
in.
can claim it.
Yeah, and.
I can claim it all, because it actually comes out of my check,
The day of the.
so it's $900.
Hi.
That's right. You put that in, and that's all you have to put in.
Register people in.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
So just go to maine.gov and,
Yeah, and then, you know, where it lets you file taxes.
Do you mind?
No, I don't mind.
Yeah, I can show you if you have your computer. The program I use is now closed down.
yeah.
Because it only goes to a certain point, then it shuts down for the season.
Well, maybe, Mary and Anita might want to sit next to each other, that she's coming.
Yeah, but you're lefty, right? Is
I
that
am.
gonna be bothering, I,
Anita went out with me. I don't, did she go out with you too?
yeah, she goes out with me.
She goes out with anybody.
They never let me go out with anybody, they always make me go out all myself. There's
Watch the
gotta
chords.
be a thing there. Nobody
right.
wants to go with me.
Wants a chirper.
That's not it. Is there an extra pen around? Oh, thanks a lot.
In the, on the,
Line,
window.
I don't wanna do
I can nervous.
To get out there again.
I know.
We're gonna
The best
fall
shot
off.
of this whole house. You should have seen the rest of it.
Do you mind a pencil?
Where is that? It's on
I don't want, I
the Snow
prefer it,
Road.
thanks.
First house on the left. That's the best part of it.
I don't think we're waiting for anybody else.
Well, yeah, this barn's falling apart. The horse shed was better than the
Are we
house.
recording tonight?
What house is
As far as
that?
I know,
The
we
Snow Road,
are.
the first house on your left on the Snow Road.
Oh, yeah.
West.
Hi, Anita.
Hello. If things get slow, we'll just play some cribbage. Yeah, right. Yeah, we play. Needless to say. Can I borrow, you guys saw your stuff? I didn't bring mine.
Just
I
this.
was in a rush. I'll just go get one out there.
Just a little cheat sheet for me to look at what I'm supposed to see
Yeah, well,
on
I'll get one, I'll get one in the lobby.
Are we passing this around or what?
I don't know what that is. What is it?
Durham Comprehensive Plan Committee contact list, I guess, huh?
I don't know.
Is this a packet we're each getting or something? This is sitting here.
No, that,
Maybe left over from the last meeting.
no.
Oh, it's the comprehensive plan, never mind.
Oh,
Maine Historic Preservation Commission, why this whole packet here?
You know, there wasn't anything on the tables before, Paula.
Is this yours?
I didn't do any of this. I didn't have it.
All right. Yeah, well, look.
well, look at what?
I don't think maybe it's mine. Didn't think so. I'm pretty sure it's not. So they just called in here. I'll take it.
I got no idea.
Looks interesting.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna start with Lou's?
Yeah, let me just say one thing.
right.
I want to tell you what you guys have in front of you, the list. Paula and I met with the tax lady, and she made us a new list from the oldest to the newest kind of thing.
Donahue's.
But with locations. So it has the people's name, the location, and the map and lot number. Okay, and there are a few discrepancies between this and the other lists, and I'll work on that. But that's what you've got. And what you also have, because the commission decided to do the 1900 houses, each one that you have has a few marked in the 1900 group for you guys to do.
Okay.
Okay? That's what you've got in front of you, and you also should have packet that had, pictures that you took on your second round.
Yeah, I saw that,
And the forms, you needed them. So that's what we're gonna get started doing tonight, to look at those pictures.